Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode with us, Ginton Dice.
Man.
That's it. That's all the intro. I'm
Yeah.
I'm removing it all
Nothing else.
because that was a
we're
lot.
removing it though.
Yeah, I'm just removing it all because that was a lot.
I forgot what the intro was.
It was long as shit.
It was sit back, grab a drink, and enjoy, or something like that.
See, we've already forgotten about Jojo. That's how memorable it was.
I can't believe you.
I remember the first two lines.
Hello, everybody. Welcome
Grab
to
a
tonight's
hat.
episode with us, Ginton Dice. So please, why don't you go ahead and grab a chair, get a drink, sit back, and relax as you watch us, a bunch of nerdy friends who sit at a virtual table to play Dungeons and Dragons.
That's fine.
You're
For
right.
the second edition.
Wait, we play Dungeons and Dragons.
Monopoly! Oh, shit.
Fuck Monopoly. I hate Monopoly.
I hate Monopoly,
And that's
too.
the only way I
Oh, I
can
broke up
like get the party to hate each other is we got to play Monopoly like one round.
Or we can play Settlers of
How I
Catan.
broke up with my ex! I don't want to play
Yeah.
Monopoly again.
I love how
How I
the...
lost relationship.
Wow, that's the
What
second
about
one.
Uno? Uno's pretty bad too.
Yeah. It depends on what rules you play with, because I've heard that some rules people use it wrong.
The last time I remember really playing Uno was driving down to Florida. I lost or was losing, so I rolled down the windows and let all the cards fly out. I'm like, oh man, I guess that's Uno.
You're fucking shit, though.
So, anyways,
Roll
why?
this is not for yourself the entire session, bastard.
I'm just saying.
So
So,
Dad used to kick the Nintendo when I'd beat him at Tech Mobile.
Oh my god.
Oh, did
He's
you
not
pick Bo
lying.
Jackson? You picked Bo Jackson.
No, my dad
Yeah, you
was.
did.
No, my dad was the Raiders. What?
Okay. Alright, I'll let that go.
why don't we go
No, I
ahead and
remember that
hop
from the Family
into
Guy joke.
tonight's episode? So, where we last left off, you guys, after heading up to Stormfair, and in a very weird twist of turns, while you guys were heading up there to try to meet with Clarence's siblings to hopefully establish a little bit of peace and understanding, successfully, mind you, you guys also happen to reunite Aeth with his majority of his lost family. It was a bit of a tense moment between Aeth and one of his younger than him, but the oldest brother of the lost ones, and Aeth being slightly unhinged after you guys were able to get him back. There, you met with what's her face? Halloween Vethra. There, she explained a little bit of the situation of how she came across Aeth's family, that they were a part of sort of like a slave trade, and she doesn't normally dip her toes in slavery, but the fact she thought this family did not belong here, so she, in a sense to her, she rescued them there, but still has a debt to pay. She did mention to Aeth that if you wanted to remove said debt, since you mentioned about it, there were 3 things that could be done to eliminate the debt. One of them being the most dangerous, which happens to be in Stormfair, where it seems a potion shop has been dumping either their bad or failed potions into the sewers, and it seems to have caused a disturbance. They've tried clearing it out, but no avail. You guys talked about it and also decided to try to message Lily, or Lillian, Aeth's sister, who seemed to have gone slightly insane. You guys, Garbu mostly, once messaging her, went into a very severe seizure where it could have turned pretty bad, but thanks for Elise, who, and most of you are as well, but trying to pump as much magic of healing into him to try to get him back. a little bit of a scare on his end. But we are picking back up I think it was still the 9th, so it was
Yeah,
nighttime.
Well, I
Because
think
the-
we went to go get lunch or
I
something.
think we
We
went
waited
to
like
use lunch.
hours.
Yeah, because
Yeah, it was lunch.
you guys, the next day after that event, had AF go sit outside and try to use him as bait to see if Lillian would show up. He's been out there for hours, and so
We
you
like
got
left first thing in the morning and waited for her to show up and nothing.
yes.
We went to get lunch, and then we came back, and then ate still sitting there, and we were like, oh.
I went with you guys to get lunch. I was gonna sit there.
So we'll pick
We
back
had
up
time.
kind of like after that event where it seems as the day mostly it seemed to have been gone, just waiting outside. Couple of passerbyers, but no fish bite, if you will.
Guess it's gonna take a while for your sisters to show up. This is pointless.
Yeah. Could we?
Let's go do the Lucy thing.
Okay.
Well, I think we should do the potion shop thing.
But Lucy was
do it.
first. We're not gonna go do something else when we promised Lucy we would help her out, and then we just go like, hey, first you have to go on 50 adventures just before we do your thing. Like,
Well,
she has to collect stamps first.
If we're going to be
Side-
heading
side
that
quest.
way, are we going to be coming back here after that?
I think so, right? Because there's only checking out that there's something there. There's no promise that there's something there.
Okay.
And then it's up to Lucy if she wants to join us as well, so we might stumble on something more, I suppose.
I just think we should help the people here. So as long as
But
we'll
it's not
come
helping the
back to
people,
do
we're
that.
helping her.
I mean, there's still something in the sewers that I'm sure is affecting the normal people, not just
I
Vethria.
didn't hear anything about it when we were here. Did I?
We didn't really ask around.
Didn't ask. No.
But I listened, I have passive perception. Did I hear any weird sewer monster rumors?
It's not like there's people talking about it. So I would say no.
No, I haven't heard anything. I think we should. I think we owe it to Lucy since she's been with us already and almost got, and like also saved Luro from drowning. So I think we owe it to her that
Yeah.
we go do her thing. And then we probably will have to come back because his sister's gonna show up at some point. Who knows fucking when? So we go do her thing. We come back, and then maybe she's here. And if she's not here, then we go into the sewer and go fuck that thing up. But not for the evil crime boss, but to help the city. And I point Garbo, right?
Yeah, that's.
Not
I'm
for the evil what to help the city.
The evil
crime
slave,
lord.
the evil crime lord that took his family as
Oh.
a slave, and then says, "Oh, but it's not really slavery. It is."
Yeah, I had some.
100% slavery.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear. Like, that's exactly how slavery works.
It doesn't matter what you call it.
So where was Lucy's thing again? Was it like southwest of the?
Hey, at
It's,
least we didn't go decide to burn down a mansion and murder a bunch of people
Oh.
because we found out someone was enslaved. That'd be
Mhm.
dumb.
Yeah.
Sounds
Who
fun.
would ever do that?
Yeah. Probably a group of idiots.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so there's
Right,
like
You don't know this, but last campaign we kind of did that.
We did exactly that, and then
I think
Let's
we
see.
worked it out that we could go 60 if we do 3 flights and then walk each day, right, DM? Was that what we had worked out?
Yeah, because the fact it's like an hour, and you guys can get pretty fucking far.
So
So
we
for
could
like
get over there in like 1, 2, 3, 4 days.
I can do it. I can also cast it 4 times.
yeah, so I would say if you wanted to,
That's 4 times and then we walked. Could we do 75? Would that be
I
pushing it?
don't care at this point. So yeah, we can do 75. I ain't want to try to keep track of that part at this particular
We
moment.
could get there in 3 days and then we'd still have to do like one more
So
flight.
I would
before we
would
walk.
say what it feels kind of a little bit right. So it would probably be 3 days, and then at some point, maybe during the nighttime, if you guys, walked, or depending on how it goes, you could probably get to where she was needing to lead you guys back to her watchers.
Yeah, we can do that. All right. Yeah.
So we just
Yeah.
setting out now.
Yeah, we can just leave now, I suppose. I mean,
Yeah. Do you wanna?
let's just go get a
Send-
get a fat fucking lunch and then we go.
Garb, do you want to send a message to the that
I'm
guy
not
that was
sending one
playing
to your
snowballs?
sister. No
I was talking about the guy that was
Oh,
sending the snowball guy.
What about?
What was his name?
What do you want me to tell him?
Is this a
Tell him
date?
to keep William on the island.
I don't think that really works like that.
I don't know if
I don't want that idiot getting
No.
killed.
He's not gonna get killed. I mean, it's gonna be fine. I don't think your brother's gonna listen to you regardless, judging from what he has been talking about.
I will force him to listen to me.
Yeah, little
I was-
brothers very
don't.
rarely
Yeah, I
listen to
don't
big
think
brothers.
that's. Listen,
Are you gonna
as
stay
the
here
little
then? Once the-
brother, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, as the little sister, I can also tell you that will never work.
Yeah. Clarence has
No, and also,
tried
are
to
you gonna
tell
like?
me what not to do.
How are you gonna make him
Sometimes it
stay
works.
when you're like all the way over fucking there?
Do you want me to tell Zach something else?
That if he behaves, he'll get more snowballs.
Fine, just warn him. We're gonna have someone showing up to Storm Fair.
I mean, I don't think he will.
Um,
Like, but they won't show up to the island, and they're specifically looking for you to fuck you up.
No, but she's also looking for the others in the family.
If you didn't say, no one told that the others were there, right? Look straight at the garbage, right?
I really don't remember the whole thing. Things kinda didn't go well, and I'd rather
I'm
not think
just.
about it.
I'd rather hope if she does start walking through Storm Fair that she doesn't happen to see him.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
And if not,
Alright.
then oopsie. Of course, sure, he can take care of himself in some way. And I don't think your sister's gonna go fucking bananas in the middle of town. Maybe.
That's a maybe. I don't know if I would want to guarantee that.
Well, I think
Okay.
let's go
Get some lunch and then.
lunch.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I
You
thought
guys want?
Is it
this
You guys
lunch?
want
was lunch.
tacos?
Sure,
I want.
I like
I want
tacos.
tacos.
Do they
I
serve
like tacos.
tacos here?
We're gonna find out. DM
Was this lunch or brunch?
breakfast
If not, I
tacos.
have leather scraps and
This
some
no,
other
this would
scraps.
be later in the day.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
so
had-
supper.
We had a brunch when you were like out sitting there. Now we're having our second lunch.
We
You
want to go
didn't
out
tell-
for Marks.
Wow.
Clarence,
some
roll me 2d20s.
Roll
Oh
me
my
tacos.
god.
Roll for tacos.
You're the worst. Didn't even tell me you guys were getting brunch.
3 and 13.
There is no tacos.
I mean, we
Yeah,
ate
yeah,
it only like 40 feet away from you.
No tacos.
Okay, what are we getting then? Yeah, pizza.
Pizza? Is there pizza?
This is they
What about flatbread with toppings?
they are more of like meals that you can easily put into a cart or a carton
Yeah,
and then
tacos-
just and then
tacos
like
are like-
pass them out.
Okay, let's go get
can we
some
get
lunchables.
But they're
Lunchables.
but they're not,
Sandwiches,
but they're not
sandwiches.
they're not like the
Go
festive
get some
kind.
Lunchables, everyone.
I hate. Oh my god, I hate those at work. I don't want to.
They're basically Lunchables. Let's be honest.
I know they are. What about sandwiches? They probably got
feel like-
sandwiches here, don't they?
I feel
Only
like there would be a
Lunchable
food truck
sandwiches.
somewhere. Dang.
Meat and bread. Meat and
A
bread.
food cart.
Oh yeah. It doesn't have the same vibe though. I feel like a food truck, but like it's
Food
magical.
wagon?
Yeah, like a magical food wagon. Yes.
I think we have a hole in the market. I don't think those really exist. So
We should
once
make a
we-
food
Yeah.
wagon.
Cool NPC
A
idea.
powerful wizard. Powerful wizard. Yeah, I don't have a tower.
make
I
the
have a
food
food
wagon
wagon
if
though.
you-
Yo, do you want to come
What?
up and try my arugula crusted burger? It's got gorgonzola cheese on it. Sorry, that was my hipster voice.
it also has vegan bacon.
Ew, I hate vegan.
I know that's nasty.
Vegan
And you-
bacon?
I could
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
make us a food wagon with a cast iron oven in it.
And with
Cast
enough
iron
time,
stove.
money, and materials, I could make it magical.
so what you're telling me is like once we're done adventuring, we're gonna start a food truck together.
Garbuk doesn't have taste buds, so I think he's a bad
Yeah,
They're
but he
just
can
different. They're just different.
he can do all the work.
You
and
eat leather. You're eating leather right now.
Taste
What?
test. Taste test.
As he
So
hides it behind his back.
God damn it.
You eat boots too. You eat people's boots from the people that you do.
To be fair, this leather may have at one point been part of a boot, but
I'm
it
still
is
wearing
not
boots I
anymore.
can't take off. I believe.
I can help you with that.
I mean, he eats magical boots.
You just licked your lip. Oh my god.
All right.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. So you guys get some food, and I'll say, since you guys
Shawarma.
are
We
leaving
got some
closer
shawarma.
to the nighttime here, it would be roughly about probably say around maybe midday when you guys get to the forest. So 3 days. Does anybody do anything through the 3 days?
I do.
Probably at one point send a message to both Ma and Pa. Probably at a point in time where I'm going to be pretty sure they'd be alone and just be like, hey, I'm still alive, checking in. You guys good? To each of them. And love you. Also, Clarence is okay too.
Do you send it to both of them or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma first, then Pa.
They're doing good. It your mother expresses concern that you guys, specifically you, not you guys, just you, is being wanted, and they were told to not be in any sort of contact with you, or to let them know if they know where you might be heading. But she says they've been mostly leaving them alone. And your father kind of backs it up with the same thing. They're doing fine. They're thinking about just getting out of town pretty much. They're going to sell the place and get out because they're not wanting to deal with all of this interrogations.
This heat.
Okay, I'd probably send another one telling them to head east, I guess. If they're able to.
Wouldn't it be west?
Wouldn't it be west to the
Well,
place?
we're
like...
heading west.
Wait. We are. God, I'm
East
dumb.
would be Zetham or
Zepham.
Eastbourne or something like that. Somewhere we'll probably return at some point.
West is
Yeah, maybe
Zeetham.
west is Zepham.
Oh yeah, I
The
can't
west
tell.
is Zeta.
I said
Directions
we.
are hard, okay?
We.
I'm blind. I'm blind, so I don't know. I don't know what.
I love when
Okay.
you said east. I love when you said east, and I was like, wait a minute, east is not the safe place. West is the safe place.
Eastbourne has me confused, okay?
That's okay. You think it'd be Westbourne, but Eastbourne, yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah.
don't come up with the names, okay? They created
To be
it
fair, it's on
themselves.
the eastern side of that portion,
Like that fat liar.
so it's all relative.
Liars. Fucking liars. Yeah.
On the
on
the west side, they are the most east.
I would have sent them another message then, telling them I meant west.
Okay.
Um.
They would understand that, and they'll let you know if that's what they do decide. If and when you ever message back, since it seems like you message back a little bit periodically, like
Yeah, it'd be
here and
like
there through the weeks.
one each per day in these
um,
3 days traveling, probably, unless something happens.
Okay, yeah, nothing different
Darbu,
would happen between all of that.
Okay.
could you could you message Bolt?
He wouldn't remember me.
Yeah, he did. He just doesn't remember what's happened. Oh no, never mind.
No, he didn't remember any of us except for Eighth.
Yeah, never mind. I take back my statement.
Shit. That's right.
I mean, I could tell him you sent something, but he's not gonna. He doesn't. I don't think he remembers anything of after, like, I don't know, before we met him.
Yeah, okay. So while I was in a vision hellscape, I was
Oh.
reminded that I forgot to tell Bolt goodbye. And in that vision, I saw him running through the forest, and people were chasing after him. So,
Okay.
just message him, or just maybe wait. How about could you do that coin thing where you make a coin that sends a message?
Does he
You
remember Garbu?
no.
No.
You see what I
You
mean?
have, what is it?
Need
It's
money
like
for that.
200 gold worth
Um,
of diamond dust, I think.
Uh, I got 100. No. Shoot.
Do you need money?
no, he needs the
I got
dust
100.
money.
I need the dust. I don't have the.
See, this is why you shouldn't work for free.
Mm-hmm.
Need cash money.
Yeah, it's 200 gold piece of diamond dust.
I don't have diamond dust.
No. We have diamonds. If you aren't concerned about being able to revive someone, we could try that.
No, let's not do that. You could just explain to him who you are to him, and
I can try that. Just that I'm a friend of Eighth, and Eighth wanted to let him know that he was saying goodbye.
no, that I found my family. Give him the good news on that.
You found your family.
Yeah,
You want me to go into like details of which family members you found? Or just,
probably not.
okay.
He already knows. Well, he knows which ones are. I hate saying this. He knows mostly who's alive and who's dead.
Does he though? Didn't you figure that out like later after
Yeah,
you lost
I'm
his
not
memory?
sure what he would remember.
Okay. Well, we can explain. I'll shoot. Okay, we'll just tell him I found some of them.
Okay, you want me to say anything else to him? You want me to tell him you love him or anything? Like, I don't know. I tell my parents I love them when I send them messages.
Just ask me if he's alright.
Okay. Bolt. This is a friend of Ace named Garbu. He wants you to know he found some of his family. How are you? Thank you.
Oof.
You get a reply. First off, do you speak Draconian?
Yes.
Okay. So it comes back in half of the phrases that he says is Draconian, and it seems it's going back and forth between Draconian and Common. But he goes back. They should still be in Eastbourne. Who are you? What? Who are you friends with? And then it just kind of cuts off.
I look at Garb as he's making that face.
So, what did he say?
He said that he
thought they were still in Eastbourne, and he seemed like he was struggling to remember other information.
Might have been drunk.
I look at Garb and I do like thumbs down question, and then I cock my head like question mark, and then I go like oh, just start signing at him.
Sounds like shit. Sounds like he's a lot worse than I thought he was.
Fuck shit, fuck shit.
That-
The H in the corner
that-
said, fuck it.
Sounds like the. Damn it! I should have gone in that room with instead of him.
Elise holds out the swear jar in front of Aid.
I
Are we
drop a copper.
starting that?
Are we really starting that?
No, of course not. Like I would lose all my money.
No, I'm fine with us
Between-
starting it.
Yeah, but it's
Between
all
her and me.
magically enchant
Between
it.
her and me.
you're like swearing.
Clarence can probably enchant it in such a way that every time it hears a swear, it would tell you to put money in itself.
No. I'll fucking smash that thing and blast it into the Kingdom Come.
I should have went in that room instead of him.
Who went into that room? Oh yeah, he
Him
did.
and-
Sorry.
Him and Clarence.
Well, shit. Fuck. I look at the swear jar and I go like, ah, fuck this shit. I yeet it into the oblivion.
Wait, Eighth's copper was still in there.
Oh yeah, well. I guess
You
so.
almost said Cole.
Yep. That's what we get for missing a week.
Give me
Oh, shit.
1 second.
Wait, I actually put money in. Oh no!
One
I actually put
Mississippi.
two
Like,
He's
Mississippi.
gone. He
I,
said
lo- I love
one.
how I love how Aid's life is literally falling apart in front of his own eyes. That he can't see.
To be fair, we regained some part of his life.
Yeah, but the rest is just going
One step forward, two
5
steps back.
5 steps
Up.
at least.
Yeah.
5? Oh man.
Yeah,
that's-
because your brother wants to clap your ass. Your sister's fucking insane, and Bolt is like going all over the place.
Bolt is just suffering dementia.
I
My
mean,
God.
if you only were higher enough level, and you had greater restoration. That would be nice.
2 more levels. Can fix the crazy and the delusional. Wait, those are.
Also, sending works as long as something has an intelligence of 1. It doesn't even have to speak, and you can understand the intent of the message.
All right.
So you can
I was
talk to a
just
dog.
reading it, and I didn't realize that's how strong it was.
So keep going.
Oh.
I wonder
No,
if
it's
that's
just a lot of,
chance.
a lot of
Here, come here.
it's just a baby.
No,
Is it the baby?
she's got a turkey.
A
Are
turkey
you a
leg.
Turkey?
See, I told you it's a turkey.
Are you a turkey?
Gobble gobble.
He scoops.
Okay. Look at that fucking baby throw.
He scoops.
Say hi.
Hey, look at that dog. Like your dog looks
you
so
gotta-
much smaller with a haircut. Like holy shit,
I know, it's crazy.
Who's bigger, the dog or the baby?
baby.
Probably the baby.
Yeah, it's definitely the baby. I know how big he is.
He's a chunker.
He's
Chunk ass.
getting
Do-
big.
Doggo's only 8 pounds.
His dad's a giant, so I get it.
So,
You might even call me Varangian.
what else do you guys do over the 3 days?
That's
I like
Imagine-
Garber. Can you message my dad to quickly like pop me a message back, and I'll sort it after that.
You want me to?
Yeah, just tell him that he needs to message me because I can't
Okay.
do that, and then he'll
Can I
we'll
do
figure
it
it out.
tomorrow? I already
Yeah,
sent
yeah, don't
2
worry about it.
messages to my.
Yeah, don't
or
worry
no,
about
I have a 4th level spell. I can do that. Sending. Hi, Elisa's dad. Can you message her? Thank you.
And then I'll just wait for the time to end without saying anything else.
You're not gonna use the full 25 words.
Nope.
Uh,
He
you,
scares Garbu.
you get a message. Let her know it will be just a moment and I'll reach out to her. At least I know you guys are okay.
He says it'll be a moment,
Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
and that he likes that we're okay.
It's good. I'll go sit there. Like I'm gonna go sit there and like have a conversation with my dad over here if that's okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Talk to Garbu.
Ew.
Ew.
Ew, yeah.
Species relations. Gonna be an ugly baby.
Yeah.
Go
No,
ahead,
baby.
AF.
Now I got. um, hey, could we talk for a minute?
Clarence, do you have a timer?
I didn't mean a literal minute.
That's what you said.
Uh,
No, I was
tw-
saying
20 minutes?
it was I. It wasn't
Wait,
serious. It was. I'm
no.
not even entirely sure how long a minute is, if we were being honest. Anyways,
Um, I thought I should tell you or apologize for what I said back at the hideout over at the ladies or the mistress's hideout. I I have I'm still having troubles feeling like this is real. It still feels like it's not to me. And I don't want to be a bad friend to you or the to Clarence or Elise. So I thought I would tell you I really do appreciate everything you've done and the help that you've provided with these messages that help me in more ways than you can imagine.
I mean, it's up to you who you trust, right?
I trust you. Sometimes I just don't trust myself or whatever is messing with me, I guess.
I was gonna try something to help you out with that. The next time you think you're having an issue, feel free to come to me. I have something that might help you.
I'm, I'm nervous that it will take on your visage like it did Elise, and I won't be able to tell you in it apart.
Well, I don't have
Well,
it prepared today, but I can prepare the thing that should be able to help you tomorrow. Kinda.
it hasn't
And
really communicated with me recently, but yeah, that would help.
it should protect things of certain influences from being able to affect you, but I it's only got a limited duration, so it'd have to be like in the moment, I guess.
Um, yeah. Also, I do want to thank you for not telling me about the way my mother reacted earlier. If you would have told me at that point, I might have tried to kill my own brother.
I don't think he understands the situation that he's in based on the fact that that seems like it's probably all that he's been really consciously aware for.
He should he should know. It's just him and those two. And
But I think he lacks
he
reference of what reference is not a word. I think he lacks
That's also a word Garbu wouldn't know. I don't think
What's
he
wrong?
has a good idea of what things were like on the outside before he was taken, so he doesn't have a good
Clue?
yeah on the how his life is different than if his life was free. And then your mom still has her memories from before, and that probably makes it a lot easier for her to tell.
Remember?
Yeah.
He gets to run around and play pirate while she worries.
Yeah. And then I'm sure Christopher has even less of an idea.
Christopher?
Christopher, sorry.
That's alright. My father thought it'd be funny to mess with some of the. While we were in Eastbourne, he thought it'd be funny to mess with one of the old teachers at our school by giving him a really complicated name.
I mean, my name's 2 syllables, so kind of a combination of my parents' names.
Is your mother's the first part and your father's the last part?
Other way around.
Oh.
Yeah. Their names are Garen and Nobu.
Hmm. I'm sure. I'm sure they don't have to tell you all the time, but I think they are proud of you.
They seem worried, and they're gonna try and get out of town. I told them to head towards Seatham and Eastbourne. I know you had talked about if you returned there later, we'd be welcome to also go to that town.
Maybe. But we don't. I don't know. The way they treated me when I did come back those years, I can't forget that. I can't forget that. How do you how do you deal with being alienated by a bunch of people based off your choice?
Uh, don't know yet. Still learning. I can't really go back home. I'm kind of not just alienated, but being hunted. So, uh, you got a little more experience with this than I do.
Well, I didn't get hunted, but I guess they judge they judge you on everything that you do, not thinking about from your point of view on why you did what you did.
My issue's more so that I kind of stood up to the people in charge and they didn't like it, and I'm kind of an enemy of the state.
City.
Well,
Region.
I think in Garbu wouldn't be able to say that. Yeah.
Could be your word of the day.
I was gonna specify how state is in that certain phrasing more meaning just like government, but Garbu wouldn't have the eloquence to be able to express that. I mean, yeah, the city, kind of an enemy to the city, and I wonder if I'm an enemy to cities that are allied with that city.
I don't even know which cities are allied to them.
I know there's kind of an alliance between Beaumont and Crisport, as well as I don't know if it's necessarily an alliance, but like a forced alliance between Beaumont and Drawridge. They were sending forces over, I think was established.
Well, their dragon's not there though.
Yeah. Their dragons attacking ships, possibly attacking ports. We'll have to figure that out, I guess.
I'm also sorry about having you message Lillian.
I'm
I should
not
have thought of.
messaging her again, by the way.
I should have been the one that did it. I should have just taken that risk myself.
Yeah. When we get back to the city, we can try and find some diamond dust if you want, but I'm not sending another message.
It's fine.
But yeah. Who you trust is up to you, and if I
I
understand
trust you
that,
guys.
thank you. If if you feel like you're in some sort of like spell or something, feel free to. Well, I guess if it's pretending to be us, you're not gonna be able to tell.
If you see me acting weird again, then that should
I could give you the good old clearance treatment and hold person you and then beat you until you're unconscious.
let me make sure I have clothes on so I'm not naked when you do that.
I mean, I could just use my hammer. It'll be like at my eye level, maybe a little higher.
From like over there. What's wrong with being naked?
You're more naked than anyone I've ever known.
It's
To be
natural
fair,
beauty.
as far as you know, we're all naked all the time.
True.
Well,
Can you prove it wrong?
no, but I can also see the rough outline of your outfit, so well, not really see, feel.
What if we stand perfectly still?
That's why I got the cane. You'll still pop up.
You know, I can't see things if they stand perfectly still. It's a fact about lizards. They just can't see things if they aren't moving.
Is that
So at least he's invisible because he's just been sitting perfectly still the entire
oh
time.
my god! Where did Elise go?
No, that was a reference to other things. But anyway.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah. And also they made a joke about tieflings in Critical Role as well. But I was referencing Jurassic Park with it. Which is that it's also false.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No. No.
Hey, actually. Hey, Elise.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, do you wanna come watch me try to blow up?
okay.
All right. I figure you fit this better than the other guys. And then if I
Okay.
die, you can heal me.
No, well, okay, yeah, sure.
Yep, yep. I want to like go off into the woods, not like directly next to us or
Well,
something.
it's not like I wouldn't prepare healing spells. Do I ever
Idea.
I prepared?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I do.
say
I
better.
do it all the time,
Also-
so don't worry about it.
I feel like Elise would
Oh, I'm
enjoy
good.
seeing
Yeah,
me
I got
blow
it
up.
prepared. I had to check, but I do have it.
I wanna go off into the woods a little ways, and then like I wanna
Okay.
kind of try to make myself mad.
You want me to say
You
mean
wanna-
shit?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
want you to call me mean names.
Okay, small dick.
No, it's average. What?
No, it's small. Small as fuck.
But it's like
tiny.
proportionally, like statistically, it's pretty average for my race.
Yeah, I've had bigger those, so I'm kind of disappointed, I'll be honest.
Are you kidding on me? I'm getting confused. We should try it a different way. Don't go
Oh,
sexual.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
this
okay.
is my brain's not wired the right way for that to not be.
Or go further.
No, no, never.
God, this
I
suffers
pick Garner by
weird.
the scruff and yeet him away. Get out of here.
I literally had sex with an orc because I rolled a nat one.
But can he also explode if you make him really uncomfortable?
I don't know. I mean, I like that's to be explode because you have to remember something.
I'm gonna try to make myself as mad as I can, or like as frustrated, or as like think about all the bad things, like when I've made mistakes, like when I didn't help Luro when I could have, like stuff like that.
You suck at making magic items. I shout from a
I-
distance.
They're pretty good. I don't know, and then I obviously say,
Average at best.
you're kind of hurting my feelings now. It's
Yeah, but you asked me to.
Yeah, I know. Keep doing it.
Is it working?
You
Yes.
you want
I'm
us to
getting a little
help?
bit pissed.
Your cannon is about as useful as
No,
a.
shut up! You're not supposed to be here.
Oh wait.
This is
Talk about
embarrassing
his
enough.
mom.
Like
God dang it!
like Garu has more taste buds than your magic items. I don't know. Does it make sense?
Do I blow up?
Honestly, no.
Oh god dang it! All right.
You,
You're
okay.
just annoyed.
they're for whatever reason, could be that it's just not a good breaking point. Maybe
Sure.
you're too busy laughing, or you're just confused, but you don't feel that like angered emotion to let some sort of magic come out.
Eight sees more than your turrets.
That one hurt.
Laurel, join in. This might help. Laurel, help us with this.
You might have killed your mom.
Ooh. Oof.
That
Is that
actually
a good
hits.
one? Is that a good
That
one?
actually hits.
Luro,
We're trying to make you explode,
make
right?
a persuasion check to see if you can convince
Me?
him
I got it.
to try.
Oh, so I was standing at distance, like trying to rasp.
Oh, I think he means Clarence.
Clarence.
Because Clarence is trying to convince him to also get in on this.
Wait,
Was
I
it
have to
Clarence?
roll it?
Wait, I thought I rolled it.
Yeah, he rolled it. He's the one that said
Oh,
it to him.
are you? Oh,
He was the
Yeah.
one who said something to him, so
26.
oh my
God.
god. As Lucy just watches this, just like, what are these people doing?
okay. Wait, why did I roll it like that?
Uh-oh.
The fuck?
Hmm.
Oh, I see why.
Bud?
It's fucking funny, but okay. Anyways,
You're terrible when it comes to relationships. When it comes to dating. Oh.
you hear in your head from Luro, out of all of our siblings, you're the one who hurt me the most.
Oh my god!
Can I think back to him?
Sure.
You took him out, and then you threw him off my
No, I didn't catch him. There's a difference there. Is that true?
He doesn't respond.
Now do I blow up?
I'd like to be prepared with a spell.
How
if
do
he
you
looks like
how do
he's
you
blow up.
feel after just even though hearing that?
The person directly before him told me about my mom blowing up, so I was already down. So, I feel like that would be pretty gut wrenching.
How about
You
this?
know,
Roll me a D100 and let me see.
just
DM,
you?
could I have a spell prepared in case he explodes after?
No, I
kill
mean you
him?
can you don't have to have it targeted to me. I just want to see if it's
Oh, I already did.
that's fine.
32. That's why I said it out loud.
If
Okay,
he looks like
so-
he's gonna explode, I have a spell I want to use.
I'll do
As I see him like stare with an angry face, I hide behind a tree in case he explodes.
Instead of
so
exploding, I catch on fire.
Oh
I-
shit.
Oh shit!
I wouldn't say
Tidal wave.
I wouldn't say angry. It's just more of like that hurt in the sense of like somebody that you've stated not only to him but to your siblings that you would try to keep him safe. And then hearing from him and even not with a response of like did that work or anything, it really just makes you in a sense of depressed. So I know what this says. I'm going to slightly change it to where for the next minute you have disadvantage on the very next roll that you ever make. as long as you don't already have disadvantage on.
Sick. I want to try to do a backflip.
Roll that one.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
But
Listen,
it's not.
I did that to Claire one time.
It's you don't get that sense of.
The thing is, he has dexterity. I didn't.
It's almost like you don't feel that explosive magical power. The times that you felt angry, you felt like this magic exploding within you that causes something to happen. This, it's almost like it's just like you feel cold inside. So it's not the same at all.
Ice powers. That's
No.
not a thing. Okay. Yeah. No. Let's just move on. Look, I had to try.
Ice.
Look, what if it was? What if I was Frozone or something? Anyway,
Who?
Frozone. Are you joking? He's a knight, like 2 counties over.
Just
He's a knight.
keep
2
going.
counties over.
I know it, but
More of a
just
sorcerer, isn't he?
Yeah.
you're killing me here.
I thought he was a comedian.
As like I look behind the tree and as he is not exploding, and I look at Luro, and then I'm like, can I roll insight to see fuck's going on over here? To get a vibe check. Can I get a vibe check?
Bye.
I will let
Just
you
from the
know
way they're looking at each
you
other.
can, but it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like because I can see at least I don't know how I'm just like trying to figure out because he's suddenly
Luro
for no
is not
reason got
even
extra down.
Yeah, Laura's not even looking at him. That's the thing.
But I'm looking at Clarence and like suddenly got extra down, right? Because I never
Yeah,
heard the conversation, of course. But he suddenly got extra down.
Yeah, I will still allow this because the fact you did hear a yell out, Luro, why don't you chip in on this? Luro
Yeah.
didn't really say anything, but then you do see Clarence who just seems like that
Fuck.
really extra like cold shoulder vibe.
I need to check if I'm oh. Motherfucker. Okay, it's restarted the roll thing. I need to check if I'm positive or negative today.
There you go.
Ah!
Am I positive?
fella.
Fuck's sake, I'm negative today. Okay, anyway.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Well, you should retroactively have used that to make Clarence roll lower on his check.
23. It doesn't work it works only on D20s.
Oh, dang it.
Bow.
23.
Okay. You have a feeling Laura might have said something, just unsure.
But obviously Clarence is looking bad, right? That should be easy to see.
He does seem extra down. Like out of all the insults, he was kind of like joking with you guys, like, "Oh come on,
Yeah.
that's not." But
Yeah.
he's just kind of like went quiet, and like everybody else is probably still spatting off some stuff here or there, but it's like he's not responding anymore to it.
Mm. I take that in and I keep it to myself. So are you exploding?
No, we're done.
Okay.
We're done?
Yeah,
I'm sorry
Okay.
about your penis, it's average.
it's fine.
I'm
Sorry
sorry that I
about
told you
saying
you were
the
bad at
thing about-
relationships.
It's fine, guys.
I'm sorry for saying the thing about about your mom.
Yeah, that one kind of hurt.
Yeah, I was just trying to help you explode.
No, that I guess no.
I think you're supposed to make him angry, not upset.
Yeah, it didn't work.
That's why
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I
The
went for the
last time he exploded because he was concentrating too hard.
but normally men when you talk about their penis size, you start attacking their manlyhood, they get very upset. And like angry.
Clarence is pretty confident in his own self.
Yeah, but
Have you seen how many times he's been naked?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've gotten rave reviews up to this point, so I don't feel ashamed about that at all.
Well, what about that one person that you asked to hook up
Yeah,
with?
that's more like my autism, not understanding social cues and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
so it's a little
that
bit.
one ended up very like different.
Yeah, it. I've learned from that experience and grown. We'll approach it from a different angle next time. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not the same
Really?
person.
should I just
Yeah,
attack
well,
you and see if that makes you angry or like explodey?
Well, yeah, I'm obviously not gonna go back up to her and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" That was a traumatic experience for her, I'm assuming. But
Or
we
make him
just-
concentrate and try and remember things.
can we just go to bed?
Yes.
Sure.
Bedtime. I look at Luro and I'm just like, I don't say anything. I'm just looking at him. What's the fish say this?
He kind of just like, depending on where the group goes, if like, since you guys are probably walking at this point, obviously, he kind of just follows along, but wherever he's not purposely keeping distance from anybody, but you do see a slight divide, which it's slowly kind of becoming normal between the distance he keeps from Clarence.
Oh, now that we're outside, I can take my Foxfire charm for the night. So it's good as the little foxy running around trying to collect fire for the fireplace.
Easy enough. He kind of tries to interact with it when it comes back. He even like takes a stick that after your fox came, and then like throws it.
The fox is like,
It just
gets it.
It really
It's
does.
fine.
It just stares at him for a second, like, and then goes and get it, comes back, and every time it tries to like put it where you want it to go, he will then grab it and throw it, and it's just
I mean, as long as he's having fun, right?
it just looks to you like
This
I-
Fey entity is like, I didn't clock in just for this. Come on.
I mean, like, I just shrug. I mean, I like lean over and I whisper, he kind of needs it. It's okay.
You pay me overtime for this.
over the course of the over the course of the 3 days as well, Lucy does try to get more information from you, at least about the world, about elves, about culture and stuff.
Like, I just sit there and like at in the back of my book, I'm like literally just writing down and drawing like really stupid like history things and shit like that, and explaining everything.
Mm-hmm. She,
It's
as
like, you're lucky. I was forced to read so many books, so I know this shit.
well,
You can thank my dad.
I'm
This
thankful.
forced education was turned out great.
Yeah.
So when we get there, I'll have to make a call out to my watchers, but don't be alarmed. One can be very scary, but he's very nice.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I've seen 8 naked. That's already the scariest thing in my life.
Okay, I told you how many times that all those scars are just naturally going to be visible lower.
I thought you were gonna supposed to make you explode as well. Sorry.
She
I'm not gonna
she like
explode.
looks at him and just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, burn scars and regular scars. I don't know. You could already see the scars. I don't know what you guys were expecting.
I was expecting that to not be as bad.
But anything else?
Anyway, no.
Don't blame me for that. Blame the torturers.
So as
we'll give you the number.
as the 3 days have gone by, it's made it slightly hard to try to figure out where you guys need to kind of go, as you guys, when you do fly, you're soaring over the fog clouds that seems to kind of like roll in, and it seems to like stay for a good bit of the day. And this has been going on for the past couple of days. But nevertheless, you guys do make it to the Nyberg Grove.
Did Elisa's dad ever contact her back?
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
like Joseph knows what it's about. We just skipped that whole long ass conversation I would have.
Okay.
So,
Unless you want to know, since you were hearing, and I can give you a rundown if you're actually trying to listen in on me.
No.
I
I assume you did it while I was talking to Eighth.
Yeah.
all right. So, as we're on the 12th, just to make sure, and this is about mid-ish day. But you guys kind of land a little bit into the forest already, not right on the outside. And Lucy pretty much takes charge and leading you guys out. And every couple of minutes or so, she kind of lets out like this little tweet, almost like a bird call. And every now and then, when she does it, there's no response. And she's, as you guys are walking, it takes a time, but I'm sure they've probably heard it by now and are getting closer. So,
Is there more than just your watchers around in here? Or do we gotta worry about others? Possibility.
well, there's more of the prey, if you will, that does retake some of the land since both our tribes were gone. But
Do your watchers have names? If you could give me a name and like a brief description, I could try communicating with them.
this is actually the easiest and least scary. Well, not scary. It's they would think they might be under attack. How to put it? They've taught me to like be careful of voices, and they would probably do the same and treat whatever you might have to say in some sort of negative way.
Trust me, sometimes when you do hear voices, they can be terrifying.
Lets out another bird call, and you guys hear back this. It's a little bit. It's a little bit distant, but it almost like immediately after, and she goes, "Oh, he's almost here. We can. It'd probably be easier for him if we just wait here. I'm not
Okay.
It seems a little bit familiar, but there's just too much fog to make out of it. I typically don't go hunting when it's fogged like this. But as almost 3, maybe 4 minutes pass, as you guys are just kind of sitting there waiting, why not?
Talking to Sylvan. Just 1 Mississippi.
Okay.
2 Mississippi.
At least you make a survival check.
Ooh. Nature's
19.
perception.
Nice. So, as you're kind of sitting there, and again, either you're just waiting or you might be chatting with somebody, you just feel this like hunger presence behind you. And you like just kind of barely look over your shoulder, and you can see just this shadow of this really massive creature that stands just a little bit taller than you. And
I
as
just point to Lucy.
she's
There.
she looks over and just, "Oh, Mogek, you're here!" And
Mogek?
he steps out, and you see, like, as he steps out of the shadows, and he kind of like Lucy kind of goes around you as he kind of goes to meet her, to kind of give her a hug. But as he steps out, you see this really massive scars all over lizard. This lizard folk who walks up and is just, "Oh, little bird, you're safe." Kind of picks her up and holds her for a second.
Hey, he looks like you.
I can't tell.
I know. That's what I'm telling you.
Puts
That's
puts
literally
her
what I'm
down,
telling you.
and Lucy
He's scarred like you.
I'll say in Elvish. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lucy looks over and gestures to all of you. "These are the friends that I made in the town that you sent me to, and they wanted to at least help me get back home." And he just judges all of you, trying to size most of you up. And
we
just...
both wave. Different kinds of wave. Elise like one short wave. Gaber's like, look at me.
He
Or was like another lizard person.
he
Loser, bro.
does like a slight bow, and when he speaks, it is very broken. You could almost treat this as an undercommon like aspect. It's just, thank you, protecting her.
Thumbs up. Of course.
Oh,
Looks to
problem?
her and starts to speak in a more heavy undercommon, and she starts to reply back, and you hear some of his tone sounds like they're more angry, and then he starts, walking in a direction kind of slightly past you guys, going deeper into the woods, and she looks at all of you and just, he said he'll lead us back home, and you guys can rest for the night if you like here.
We're not supposed to look at some magic stuff here.
Yeah, you can speak to my other watcher, Ula. She can tell you. And just starts walking, kind of runs a little bit to kind of go catch up to him.
Okay, guess we go along, I suppose.
So,
Sure.
you guys follow suit. Clear that and clear that. Thank you. You guys follow suit, and you guys are led to where you can see there is a decent amount of huts, about like maybe somewhere between 10 to 15 different huts. There's torches on a stick, very primitive, like kind of placed around, with also a more, it's not lit, but there does seem to be more of a bigger fire kit, if you will, in the center of all of this. But it's not lit. And you guys are led to this hut that is a little bit more bigger than most of the other ones. He kind of opens the kind of like the leaf foliage that almost acts like a door, if you will, kind of just lifts it up. Lucy goes in and he looks at the rest of you and just like kind of gives like a really deep grunt sound as he gestures for you guys to go in.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
Okay.
So, as you guys head in, it's nice and cozy in here, compared to being out there, a little bit, moist and fog. It's definitely clear in here. There is a small fire going as the smoke kind of goes up. It's easy to be vented out from how the hut is shaped. You can see a stew over it, and you can see a very more smaller, feminine-like lizard as she is kind of stirring this up, and Lucy, who's already greeting her, and she both are like embracing each other, and Lucy explains once again, these are my friends that I've made in the city. They helped me get back home safe. She looks to you all, and it's not as bad of broken when she speaks, but you can see she does appear to have a little bit more understanding of the common language than the other individual. And she's, thank you all for watching over my little bird. Hopefully she hasn't caused you too much trouble.
No, we're good at doing that ourselves.
So,
If anything, we've caused her trouble. Not like bad, but yeah.
well, you all made it here safely, and she seems to like you guys in a high manner. I think it due some respect to you all, regardless of the trouble or not. And kind of looks to Lucy and is like, because I know she can be a handful sometimes. By the way, and she kind of like lifts up one of her necklace, and you can see there seems to be a couple of like teeth on it. There, she has a few different ones, some different shapes and sizes, but the one she lifted up, you can see, at least on the front end, there's 3 that look like they're almost eroded away, while there's another 3 that hasn't. And she goes, I seem to have gained another one while you were gone. And she's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was gone and something else. Stop lying. Just, all right. There was a fight going on, and I wanted to partake in it. A fight, and you can hear like almost like a happy grunt from the bigger lizard. And he's, and they helped me keep it under control. I figured as much. You need to.
At least like kind of goes like under control.
You need to stop relying on it. I know it's your gift, but it is not a good one. Yes, I know. Anyways, please allow me to introduce ourselves if she hasn't properly done so. I am the Whistler, but that is my chief name, but you can call me Ula. The big oof behind you, that is Mogek. He's very friendly. Ignore his grunts. That's how he communicates. He's just.
Like when she said big oof behind you, I looked at 8. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
To be fair, there'd only be 2 people here bigger than you. That's Faith and Mogek.
Mogek's not people.
These people. He's lizard man.
He's a lizard folk.
But if he's
You
not
thought he
people,
was
like,
just a lizard.
No,
no, he's
he's,
lizard
No.
folk.
he's a lizard folk.
Oh,
If
Well-
he's not people, Garbu's not people.
Yeah.
I feel like
Garbu's just a smaller not people.
Clarence, did you suddenly become racist?
no.
He was
Honest to God, I
already
thought he
racist,
said it was just a
remember?
No.
lizard.
I
No,
did
I
thinking like
I did use the term lizard, but it's
Yeah.
it's in reference to the fact I'm just not wanting to say lizard folk every single time.
To be
Okay.
fair,
No, you're
Clarence
good.
also did call Garbu a lizard a few sessions ago, so
It's not a derogatory term. It's a term of endearment.
But
It's pretty derogatory.
if there was
Eh.
if it was like just a giant actual lizard, I'd make sure you understood that.
I don't think you get to make racial decisions for lizards. I think that's lizards'
Do I?
determinations. Yeah.
Then I don't like it.
Okay. I haven't called you it since.
Yeah.
I look at the lady and I'm like, well, ignore our random tangents. We like to do that.
But it's
We're
confusing
supposed-
Sorry.
because you are a lizard, right?
No, he's a
I'm
kobold.
I'm a kobold.
It's a kobold.
Yeah, but that's a lizard, right? I'm just.
No,
I
it's
guess I'm disconnecting here. Like scientifically, you're a lizard, correct?
No, scientifically, he's like a really devolved form of a
I
dragon.
think I'm a humanoid, right?
I don't actually know how D&D works. so don't ask
It's like
me.
imagine
It's-
like you have dragons, they have dragonborn, and then below dragonborn is kobold.
Oh,
And that
wait, below. What is this like a ranking?
Honestly, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because in a sense, just so very simple, dragons wanted have people they wanted to have people serve them, and so they created dragonborns, and then descendants from that is kobolds.
That makes. What? So we're basically the same. Goblins and kobolds were like both like the leftovers.
Yeah, where like some people turned elves into orcs, and then those descendants eventually became like
is this Lord of the Rings?
See,
goblins.
I'm an oppressed people as well.
Oh my
It's
god.
fine. We're
Anyways,
both
like-
minorities.
At least like opens like an extra book. Like that's literally the plot of Lord of the Rings.
What?
Yeah,
um,
this fantasy book.
Can we put a white handprint on him and call him our Urukai?
Yeah, and I'll just
Yeah.
go, meat's back on the menu, boys.
Ula speaks up and she chuckles, and it's just no, it's fine. It's quite relaxing to hear more voices than just us three.
We talk a lot. Not all,
A lot.
just you three. Like at least like you three, but there's like a lot of.
We have you told them much? And Lucy explains. I told them a little bit. They said they could maybe help look into it. Maybe they could find something about it.
Oh yeah, right. Remember. Never mind. Elise goes like, wait a minute. Leroy was too long away from the game. Elise like, wait a minute. Never mind. I remember.
Ula speaks up again. Yes. Well, what she says is true. There were two tribes that lived here in the grove, and we are a little bit more newer than to her kind, but they were gone. They disappeared, and when we tried to look for them, their homes were just in ruins. And then shortly after, the same thing was done to ours. The torches or the fires that you see outside are just, it's honestly me hoping that somebody will see them and return. Maybe they've gotten lost. But it's been a couple of years since, and it's now more of a tradition that I've done for myself than anything. But me and Mogok here are the last two of our tribe that are left.
Oh, that sucks.
But enough about me. I'm sure you guys are hungry. Which, by the way, take off 2 because I'm counting this as part of the third.
I prepared create food and water, so don't.
Fuck
Did
you.
Is it mush? Is it just mush?
Yeah, it's gray mush.
Ah.
Don't
Tastes
worry,
like
Hey,
I
you can
waffles?
make it taste like things.
I mean,
Can we-
I
can make-
literally every time I just stick my cinnamon spoon in it, so I'm like eating cinnamon mush all the time.
But the water's water, so
Yeah.
I stick my cinnamon spoon in the water that they have to drink.
Green
my
shoots
head-
for sustenance.
In my
cinnamon
head,
toast
the
for
gray
lunch.
mush just tastes like overcooked oatmeal. That's what my head tastes like. Just
That's
can make
what
it
your
taste
head
like
tastes
oatmeal.
like.
so cooked that it's mushy.
Okay.
I can make it.
I like it.
I can make it
In my
taste
head,
like
that's what
oatmeal.
the gray mush tastes like.
But it doesn't go
I'm
down
gonna
as
use for
oatmeal.
presentation every time. Every time he take a bite of it, it does taste like oatmeal.
It looks like that gray paste from the one episode of SpongeBob where they're making the Krabby Patties out of the.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Okay. Well, that's easy enough then, so you don't have to worry about that. So,
Or you know what? It tastes like Play-Doh. No,
but
Play-Doh
she
tastes good.
she
Just
looks
some.
Cinnamon.
she looks to you guys and I can pour you guys a bowl if you would like. I just now got finished with this. Wasn't expecting you guys, but he tends to eat a lot, so I'm sure he can cut back. And he's, I'm like, oh, quit it. You can share. And she just starts getting a couple of bowls and starts pouring each of you this. There is some meat in there, but there is a lot of herbs and vegetables as well. That she gives to you all, and Lucy sit down and just like gobbles it up, and just like I
can
miss
make
this.
some gray mush if we need more food.
No, God, please no.
I stick my spoon in the bowl. How does it taste? With the
I
added
have
cinnamon?
real rations if we want to
It's
just
high in
do that.
fiber.
I'm gonna try this stew.
It's not bad. It's decent. Like, maybe if you had a couple of spices, that were in
Yeah,
town.
first I tried out without cinnamon spoon, and then I tasted with the cinnamon spoon. Does it taste better with the cinnamon spoon?
Yes.
I will roll
I
one
just-
extra just to see.
It's worse. It's worse. It
It's a
actually tastes
natural one.
worse.
It's a natural
It tastes
one.
like
It
disgusting.
It's like the
doesn't.
cinnamon challenge.
It doesn't change how it tastes.
I look at her. I'm like, where the fuck do you get cinnamon from?
It's. I rolled a
Look-
straight 10.
Apparently,
looks-
cinnamon is local to the Nyborg Grove in this world.
I look at the trees.
This is where it naturally
There's one.
occurs.
Fuck.
The bark is
A
cinnamon.
cinnamon tree? I thought those were
Cinnamon tree,
stink
yeah.
lung.
I quietly dump out my mush and subtract 2 rations from the total rations in the bag of
We
holding.
could just eat the stew as well.
Oh yeah, we'll just do that. I'm still eating the rations.
That's fine.
I'll eat
I
the
literally,
stew.
I'll
you
eat
see-
this
you
too.
see
I
at
did
least
not
eat
create mush this time.
staring at the
I
cinnamon
will
tree
eat the
like.
stew.
But yeah. So, as she goes out.
Before I
and-
eat the stew, I don't know if I can check it, see if it's drugged or anything.
I've already been eating it, so have fun with that.
Okay, all right, we're good. If Elise just starts frothing at the mouth, then we'll know.
You know, you got
Like-
just a few seconds left.
So
So-
yeah, before you died,
You guys wake up. I'm just kidding.
you guys.
She
again.
she before she kind of does sit down and eat, though, she does go out and come back in about 2 times with some extra wood and lights up the fire a little bit more and stuff like that. And so why don't you all tell me about yourselves?
Who wants to go first? For a rock paper scissors.
All right, ready? Braden, come
For a
on.
rock paper
Garbu.
scissors.
Wait,
But
1,
we
2,
can't
3, go.
see-
Right?
We can't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
I
Elise.
wait.
No, we're doing rock paper scissors. For a rock paper
Four-way.
scissors.
Yeah.
Four-way rock paper. Four-way boulder parchment shears.
Rock, paper,
Okay.
scissors, shoot. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors,
shoot.
Scissors, shoot.
I lose.
Hey,
Well, I beat.
Wait.
I beat
well,
Braden.
Wait.
Elise, what did you
Wait.
have?
I have scissors.
I
So
have
that was
scissors.
2 scissors.
I
So I
have
think
papers.
scissors should win in this scenario, and then Eighth and Elise go again.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
was
yeah.
2 scissors, 2 paper, because Laura was there too.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and
I'm out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Garber's
One
out.
rock.
All right.
Yeah, you
Well, then
guys
you
go
gotta do it
again.
up too, Jacob.
I'm gonna do it the easy
Because
way.
the winner goes first.
All right.
I'll
Okay.
judge.
Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors, shoot.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
what did Luro have this time, DM?
He had scissors as well.
Oh yeah!
So 2
So-
scissors. What did Elise
The
have?
brothers have to go.
Paper.
I'm gonna.
It
I
was
have
2
paper.
scissors and 2 papers.
Oh, 2 scissors, 2 paper.
Yeah.
How
do-
about
do
each
we-
of the scissors go against each other in each of the papers, and then the winners from those 2 go against
Wait,
each
not how
other?
this
Is it? Is this a tournament?
This is
When-
I
wait,
just
is it
figured
tournament?
that way we get to a conclusion faster.
Well,
when-
I thought it'd be Laurel and Clarence.
Is it
When,
Laura Cash
Oh,
Oh
or
wait, no,
Beatles?
the 2 scissors beat the 2 papers. It'd just be
Yeah.
the 2 scissors
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
So
There you
Yeah.
go.
when it was determined that both
stupid,
Clarence and
ignore me.
Laura won, Laura just kind of like looks at him and just kind of like, Clarence can go ahead.
No, buddy, you go ahead. It's not that important to me. Actually, why don't you want to play me at rock paper scissors? It's a fun game.
Boulder
Yeah, do
boulder
boulder
parchment
parchment
shears.
shears.
I look at Laura. Own him. Own him.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Wait,
Rock.
have you done scissors both rounds?
Who me?
Yeah.
No, I was no,
No.
I was paper.
Oh, okay.
Paper,
Rock,
then he went
Paper,
scissors.
scissors, shoot.
Scissors as well.
Okay. Rock, paper,
Rock.
scissors, shoot.
You beat him as he did rock.
Yay! Nice try,
Clarence
buddy. That
goes
was fun.
first. And then we should popcorn it, I guess.
What's that?
Where like you call on the
Food.
next person to go.
So go ahead, Clarence.
So
My name
Clarence
is-
is starting, and then he'll call on the next.
My name is Clarence Manifiz.
Hi,
I
Clarence.
I just feel like this is AA now.
Okay,
I did
Clarence.
too.
I-
I'm glad you came here today.
I am
I'm
from
Clarence.
Prover. I'm an artificer. I make magical items and stuff. I enjoy it a lot. I blow
Feels
up
like speed dating
sometimes.
now.
Yeah, that's me. Didn't really talk to Lucy much. She kind of creeped me out.
Wow.
She's like, yeah, you did creep me out.
Yeah, it's kind of like a shared. We get it. Different wavelengths.
All right, I guess your popcorn.
Luro speaks out. I'm Luro. That's my brother, and I like your place.
Tell her about your animal love.
I like animals, and like slowly pulls out the cat, and is
He has a whole backpack full of them at this point as
yes,
well.
but the cat was the first one, I believe,
Yeah.
and that's his favorite one.
Also the itchiest.
Yes,
It's also the itchiest.
Oh,
and
His clothes are also very itchy as well.
and she, oh, I actually like animals as well. And then Laura will just kind of like look to you at least because
Oh,
he always
me.
looks to you.
It's me. Oh, okay. I'm Elise. I like to blow shit up. I also keep these suckers alive. And I taught Lucy a bunch of shit. That's
Lucy
about it.
nods. Yes, she has.
Also, like Lucy, do you want to have all these papers? Like there's a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, I would love them.
Like Elise just goes into like very carefully takes out all the papers from the book that she made for her. Who's next?
I think
Age, you
you
look at
picked.
me. Age, you look at me funny. It's your turn.
what? I'm not even looking at you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he physically can't.
Okay. I'm AF Alucard. I can summon a sword to me that that makes my cane disappear and turn into a sword. I don't really remember much from meeting Lucy because I was not entirely there.
He does
In
a
a sense,
lot of drugs.
I do not do a lot of drugs.
It's to help with the pain.
You guys make me sound like I'm the worst person ever.
Lucy speaks in Undercommon, and Ula just speaks back in Undercommon, and just, well, it's a pleasure to meet you as well. To the rest of you
I
guys,
say
you
in
can
Elven.
see
God
she
damn it.
like she kind of had like after Lucy's session, she kind of like had a like whoa, and just kind of looked back at him and just tried to put back on a like very pleasant face.
He can't see your face.
Yeah, he's also blind.
Yeah.
I like wave my hand in front of Age's face.
He was making a pleasant face.
I turn to Ace and say,
He's also hard
smack
of
her-
hearing, so you have to yell to talk to him.
That's Garbo.
I'm-
That's Garbo.
I'm sorry for your misfortunes, but still glad to see your company.
Nice meeting you. Garbo.
Hi, I'm Garbu. I'm from Vermont, if you know where that is. If not, it's across like the water that's big, but like not as big as the other water, I guess. Anyway, I'm a follower of the Platinum Dragon, and I'm a pretty good blacksmith. I don't think you have much of those around here, but
Really good blacksmith.
Yeah.
He's a master.
We
He's an MC.
I don't really know of what water you speak of. We typically only hang stay around in the grove. We don't venture outwards. But interesting to see you follow a dragon your uh as your god.
Yeah.
Interesting. We too at once had a god we followed, but they've been gone for some time, and the last we heard or even saw of anything was the blessing they gave to little bird here.
Who's the, if you don't mind me asking, who's the god that gave her the blessing?
Make a persuasion check.
Nice. Oh, I don't think I got to it in time.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, I thought that was you rolling.
No,
I
that
just
was
heard
me.
the dice. Guidance.
Ooh, that was low.
Ooh, you needed the guidance.
14.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wish
that
I
was
was
low.
a bard. Don't die.
It's been some time, but I believe they went by the term of Bush Ticker.
Is that ringing any bells?
No.
I don't think any of us would have any fucking shot at knowing what this is.
Whoosh.
And for my note taker, that is BUSHTIK. Yeah, B.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
TIKRER. So,
I did not start it with a V originally. I started with an FL because
Nope.
I thought you said blush ticker.
nope.
It was bush ticker.
Yep.
Could be like could be like one of the less like demigod creatures or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I would be interested to learn more about your god, but I don't know much about them as it is.
I can take you to my ritual site. It's usually supposed to be private, but again, we haven't heard much from our savior for some time. So, but anyways, do you guys need to know anything else about what happened? Do you think you know something about what maybe could have happened?
Well, you said you hadn't seen your god since what they gave Lucy her powers?
That is correct.
When was that relative to everyone disappearing?
Make a persuasion check.
My strong suit.
You got this.
Look at him,
Can
champ.
I guide myself?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. It's exactly the same. Oh, nope.
Hey, look
it's
at
a
that.
little higher.
Hey.
Look at him, champ.
Okay.
Oh
Just
my
double
gosh.
checking some things.
Oh,
Um,
I'm turning the notifications on that off.
she does kind of ask you to like rephrase your question, and when you rephrase it in the way that can make easier sense to her, she explains, well, when we went to check on the village to our north, which was Lucy's home, and as I said, all we found was ruins. There were a little bit of fires here and there. Hard to tell of when they disappeared or when this attack happened, but I felt a little pull and wasn't sure where it was taking me. But thanks to Mogek here, he was able to lift most of the rubble off, and there was just enough space for little bird when she was still a baby. It didn't look like she was going to survive her injuries that she's had. I took her back to the prayer site that I mentioned to you a little bit ago. While Mogek was investigating where our people went, I asked our God to help her, to not let her vanquish like her people did. And with a little bit of a spectacle, no, I can't, too big words. With their help, she was brought back in good health. And we've been raising her since.
Could I just want to insight that just for the general vibe of it.
Anything specific, or just if she's speaking the truth?
Yeah, just speaking the truth on that.
She seems to be in a little bit of high spirit. The fact of actually being able to conversate with other individuals and so far not seeming to be hostiles, especially the ones who seem to have took care of in retrospect her daughter. So she's very kind, and she's pausing to see if there's things that she should be keeping, but she doesn't necessarily seem in any harm in explaining
Okay.
a little bit of backstory.
Just being a little cautious. Lucy's like a young adult, or right? A teen? So this would have to be.
She is definitely, in terms of just numbers, like she's somewhere in the teens.
Okay, so that.
But for like as an elf, from even Elisa's standpoint, like she's almost like another baby still.
Elisa's more like an elvish, early like rebellious teen.
And Elise is what, 50?
No, 30s, 20, late 20s, I think, to early 30s. I don't remember exactly what I settled on. She's also very young.
I don't think the age was ever established. I just
No, I
assumed,
think
like,
I said it. I think I mentioned it at some point.
I
Yeah.
don't think
Can I,
elves
like,
are
can-
considered adults until they're like 100, right?
Correct.
It's like up there.
Yeah, mentally, like physically, like she's definitely an adult, but mentally they don't consider her. I look at her arm, and then I look at the lizard folk's arm. I'm like, does it? And then I look at Garbu's arm. Does it look like a lizard folk like hand stuff, or does it look more like a kobold style?
It is.
Or is it more Dragonborn?
You see, from what you remember, and if you wanted to ask Lucy about checking her arm again, you could.
I assume I've looked at it enough to sort of
But
be able to note the difference and similarities.
seeing it at enough times, it really does look like dragon scales, but just on a smaller scale of the size.
Yeah, interesting.
So the attack, it sounded very, from what we were told, it sounded very similar to the attacks that happened to Elise and my homes. Based off of what Lucy generally told us. Right? Pretty sure that's what we said. Oh gosh.
Well, I first off am sorry to hear that you guys have also suffered this same fate, and hopefully,
At least shakes her head. No, we beat them back. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they did. Remember, she said she likes explosions. They did that to them.
My home wasn't so lucky on that. But
it's hard to
did
tell what
you-
happened because of the fact we just unfortunately wasn't here. Again, when I felt a pull, and we don't, again, and this is where, like, trying to explain it in common. Our tribe was fairly newer than Lucy's, or our little birds. We didn't socialize too much with them, but we wasn't against them. Something just felt off one day, and I wanted to go and investigate. I wanted to go check it out, but I couldn't go alone, so my friend here went with me, and that's when we discovered they were already gone. We don't know when the attack happened on them. But then when we came back, it was maybe a day later. When we came back, we noticed all our people were gone. It didn't look like an attack happened, but they just were gone. And there was no traces, no footsteps of them leaving. Especially with a decent number of us, there's no way we could have missed their tracks, but they were just gone. Didn't answer to any of our calls. Nothing.
What color was Lucy's arm again?
Green. A dark greenish.
We've only met one green dragon, which was Bergen, right? And like the dragons tend to be like the big major dragons tend to be like all different colors, right?
Yes. There are,
Okay.
so far, even what you guys all know, even if it's very little bit of like here or there, these are the only dragons that seem to be left. They're all different. There is none of them the same. They might fit in this. They might fit in the same chromatic or metallic or the gem-like era or category, but none of them are the exact same.
My brain just went, oh, I think I know which dragon it is. But I don't think they like. At least would have no clue. But he was like, "Is it that one? Maybe." Anyway, was this god with you for a long time or only for a short time?
When there were more of its kind around, we were. It's kind of how we came together. One of them brought us together and created us a home, and even used some of our warriors to help in their defense of the land. Our warriors came back. They barely have seen any conflict here or there, any battles here or there, but it was just at some point they were gone. We occasionally see one in the skies, but too high to make out who it could be.
There's not that many left. Should we go check out the other village, I suppose, for the magic stuff, or where where we're supposed to look. Lucy specifically said something
Well-
about checking out something magic stuff, right?
Yeah. Here, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So, as we go back, you were saying something, at least before I really interrupted you.
Was there like a specific magic place they want us to look at, or just that village?
I mean, if you want to take a look at the village, you can. I don't know if there was magic used or if there was an item that caused it. That is not my area of understanding.
But you ruined an entire continent. Sorry.
You saved an entire.
Not an entire
I
continent.
sent him
You-
the
like the
image at the
main
start of the
landmass.
campaign.
On
No, we saved it.
all 3 islands are just freaking demolished.
No, we saved it after before it
We
went to.
saved it.
We
That
saved
was
what was
somebody
left.
else that fucked it up.
Oh,
We saved.
okay.
If
To
you,
be
before
fair,
it-
we tried to cause that person to have the power to mess it up.
I blame Joseph.
I also blame Joseph.
I take it.
Joseph.
My
Joseph
character never
went.
trusted that character from
I
the
was a
beginning of the
I was a
campaign.
goblin.
Joe-
I didn't
Filthy
I didn't know any
Joseph went
better.
way too hard. Joseph went way too hard.
Horrible, filthy humans.
Hey,
Joseph
What-
went way too hard.
Okay,
It
you
was
need
not
to,
supposed
you
to be
need
like
to
this.
calm down. You
what can
you
I say?
slightly racist Furbolg. That was very old.
Okay, an elderly
Anyway,
racist furbolg was.
Tay is dead. Teller is dead. Everything is good.
Yep.
I'm more than dead. I'm super dead.
Yeah, he's super
Zoe's
dead.
somewhere on the airplane dealing with snakes.
Anyways,
Shall we go
And
look at the village and see what we can find? See if they have like I think the thing we're looking for is like if there's like weapons marks left or something like that. Because then it could
burns,
probably be.
burns, burn
I mean,
marks.
we're looking for like
Torch mark.
like people destroying things. Because then we know that it could be the people who came for our shit. Because they were just very random people,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Lucy, hearing this, she speaks up and, Ula, can I go this time? No, you cannot go, and you know why. I'm sorry, little bird, but you will have to stay. Looks to you
Insight
guys.
check that.
Go ahead. But she looks
That
to
just
you
seems
guys
a little
and
weird.
Mogak can show you the way, and yeah, your insight, it's more out of concern why she doesn't want her to go.
Radix, possible you're seeing something traumatic. Or triggering
Possibly.
something traumatic.
It so far from what it seems like, I guess in a weird way, Lucy might have a very small resemblance to the matter of Clarence. That if emotion ties in, she might lose control of her abilities. And so she tries to keep it all in check as possible. And so from what it sounds like, Lucy
Yeah.
has probably never gone there before.
We got a code, Elsa.
So, if you guys want, though, you can go tomorrow, or if you want, I'm sure he's more than happy to lead you all the way now. It's entirely up to you.
Because we can have a peek, right?
Yeah, we could probably talk about them. Have more daylight.
Okay. Mogak, if you be so kind. As he just makes a normal grunt and gets up and picks up like just this really. It looks like his club is kind of like made out of a bone-like material and carved and shaved down into a design of a very painful, like, spiked club. But he picks it up and looks to all of you and just kind of goes outside. And whenever you're ready, you can go and follow him. I'm sorry if he won't be the best at asking questions. I just prefer to stay here as much as possible in case if anybody does ever show up. And plus, I can recheck on you, little miss, and make sure you're okay. And it's not fair enough.
If there's someone in particular you want to be checked on, if you could give me a name and a brief description, I could try to contact them.
How would you contact them?
Magic.
I would be able to use magic to talk to them over a long distance.
That's that would be extremely handy and helpful. Maybe when you come back, I can think of who might be the best to attempt this message.
That sounds good to me in case anything happens on the way there or back.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You guys get up and head out, seeing Mogek just looks like he walked just a little bit, waiting by the fire pit in the center. As you guys start getting closer to him, he just kind of nods a little bit and just starts walking. As you go through what's a little bit here, you can see some of these huts do seem to be in some state of needing repair. Some seem to have some sort of bad repair. And you could probably assume that maybe these two individuals have tried to repair their home. But they were not the crafters and builders. So they kept it up as best as they can.
Garber's like, that looks shit. That's even worse.
So you guys follow him for a good bit, going a little bit more northward, and after some time, probably about give or take between 30 minutes to an hour, and it takes a little bit of that long as well, of him stopping, listening to the surroundings. You every now and then he might like let out a big kind of like grunt sound, and then looks to you guys and just explain like, beast close, me scare away,
Thumbs up.
and continues going.
Affirmative grunt.
A more hell yeah grunt, and just kept going.
Yeah, run.
Look, I speak his language.
But you guys
Put that down
eventually
for the
get
next
to
language.
the outskirt of what's left of a ruined village. There is some places on the ground, some look like it looks like the tree itself kind of slowly, with the vines, almost absorbed what other type of huts that might have been in the tree lines themselves. But it's there's not really much left in terms of
Good.
habitat.
Because I don't need to. I go to Clarence. You're the best investigator here. You can go
Yes.
look if there's any like blade marks or stuff like that. Like that would signify the people that attacked our places.
Okay. I can do that.
I will
As,
help you look, giving him the help action.
as
I
you
enhance it
Oh, never mind. I'll guide him instead, since he's already gonna have advantage.
As you guys do that, Mogat also like he kind of wanders a little bit, just rechecking, looking at places. 28, nice.
Guidance as well.
31.
31.
Yep.
Let's go, baby.
Do you want
So-
to make it 35? Let's make it 35. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of boop.
I mean, we are
Ooh.
investigating something that happened a decade at least
Yep,
ago.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's why
helping out the total,
That's why I
baby.
needed 35 because that's like 5 higher than impossible.
So, as you kind of just start off the closest to you, and you kind of go and look at it, it you can tell that this is going to be hard. That with over the time past, the growth of plant life itself, and you having to like be gentle in a way of cutting some back so you can see it and not really hit some of the stone that's out there, or the mostly stone that's left. And at this moment, I'm not going to count you going up. It doesn't ever seem to be a point to go up into the tree to try to check, because it looks like it could maybe fall apart at any time. But checking some of the stones around as you kind of go around, there does appear to be very old marks. Some you think are slightly fresher than others, and that you would assume with a very high investigation that this is maybe an animal has done it or something. And so you continue focusing on some of these older ones, and occasionally you do see where, again, it appears that there is very faint markings of possible blades or heavy blows to something. I'll even say there's one where you almost accidentally uncovered this part, as it was very hard to tell, but it looks like there was a hand print on one of the stones. But after clearing it as much as you can away, you can see that's what I'm trying to describe is when Japan got bombed and there was those marks that were left.
Yeah.
You see a very faint one of what looks like a hand and just a little bit of like the wrist on part of a stone. Something
How
of
big
that.
is it?
It looks to be just slightly bigger than like Elisa's hand.
Okay. So it's like not a small humanoid, it's one of their... Yeah, okay. I will relay that to the group.
So
So
we're looking at it like a... Yeah, because didn't I remember like those guys having like fire stuff and shit as well when they attacked us?
yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
You know, so nearby this place, the specific fire imprint place, is there like a tree that looks like it's old enough to have been around for that time and alive?
I mean, I would say this habitat itself that you're in does seem to be of decent age. It's very believable that this could be like the trees around can be a lot older than even the dragons being resurrected themselves.
I look at the nearby tree, and I will cast Speak with Plants.
Okay.
And I will let's see, let me yoink it out. There you go. Okay, like it might be like not as good as one, but I just want to see if it can sort of maybe give me like any inkling of what happened quite a while ago. I know it doesn't really specify that, but I want to see. At least I can talk to them, right? So we'll see what happens. And I will just ask the tree, like, the attack that destroyed this village long ago, was it done by armored men and women?
It's actually about the same. It replies it's unsure. It just remembers there were people here, and then there was not. And then it's
And
been
ask the tree.
Freaking
and then it's been quiet ever since.
Ask the tree. Do you remember heat?
Oh, I mean, you don't have to explain it like that. I get it. Damn. Yes, it remembers uh it remembers like, and it explains it in a way of like a lot of moisture that it gathered like quickly vanquished, and it wasn't sure what was happening, and it explains it in a way that yes, there was
Yeah.
fire, and maybe an incredible amount of fire.
I guess like because I have to think in plant terms. Because it remembers people and then not being people. Do you like during the time just before the people disappeared? Were there a lot more people? Like a lot more people walking over your routes and stuff? Trying to figure out, was this a dragon attack or like people attack?
It it kind of explains that it can't tell between footsteps. It just remembers there were a lot of footsteps to then turn to nothing.
Can we hear Elisa's side of this?
Not really.
Or do we just hear like wind blowing? I don't know what
I
sounds.
think I think it's more like a mental thing than I actually have to talk. I suppose. I mean, I suppose you can hear me ask the question out loud.
I mean,
suppose.
I would take this as either. It's hard because the fact while you are talking to plants, they don't have a language, but you don't.
Yeah, it gives them
Do
the
we
ability to
hear
communicate
her
with you.
side where she's talking?
I mean, I suppose I would just talk out loud and let's specify it needs to be telepathically.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you.
I mean, I like things like the spell doesn't specify it needs to be telepathically, so I think at least we just say it out loud.
Easy enough. So yes, you guys do hear.
Okay.
Sweet.
So I think, so it feels like it's hard to really quantify if it was people, but like judging from knowing what attacked our villages and the marks, right? It's like either it's those people who came in and torched the place, or it's like a dragon. But it makes more sense with the other marks that it's people, right?
Did
Yeah.
the people who attacked Eastbourne and Raven Valley leave anything like that in either of the locations? And I point to the handprint. Like, I guess Eighth, you wouldn't really know if anything like that was left in Eastbourne.
That'd
But
be
Well,
kind of.
I mean, I could. I mean, they did burn the bodies. I
We
remember that
were
smell.
we were in his
we were
house too.
in Eastbourne. Was there anything like that while we were in Eastbourne? Like,
Don't think so.
were there any sort of monuments set up around?
Do I remember seeing anything like that before?
I would say they're probably for Eastbourne. They actually wouldn't have had a monument for those that died. They actually consider that a very bad memory, and they more probably do stuff private to honor those that died. it's hard to tell, like, again, in some places, if there was something like that or not. They've, with enough, you know, time, they've maybe have cleaned it. Maybe there wasn't none at all. But there were heavy, burn marks in terms of like houses being burnt down, like AS for an example. And there were still some that were trying to be repaired. In Elise's uh, point of view, you were able to. You kind of came in when they were hitting their middle strive before they could really cause some like long-term serious effects, and was able to push them back. And so they wasn't able to do as much or as heavy damage compared to the other places.
I mean, it does seem to add up to what we experienced, right?
It
does add up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm looking way too much into it. I think we can settle on. But it does say that like the tree said like one point there were a lot of people and then there were not. So
Now we just gotta figure out. Well, from that happening to when our villages were attacked, that's what, 15 years, give or take.
I mean, it could be that this is a dry run or something. I don't know. Because obviously they came here looking for something.
And why would they attack our villages next?
I mean, I don't know.
Based on
Guess
the
we
have-
timeline, would this have been the first of their attacks?
First
I mean,
one we know of.
it would have been earlier than ours, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking. Because yours was only, I think you said like 3,
5.
5.
Yeah. Do I feel any kind of residual magic or anything from this? Like at all?
Make an Arcana check.
Like the common theme was right that when they retreated, like all traces of them disappeared, right?
Do what?
When they went away, all traces of them disappeared, right? There was nothing left behind.
Yeah, there were.
Few bodies. But
There was
no.
there was nothing left. The way
Yeah, exactly.
the way Ula explained it was, they didn't find a single person or anything. They
Yeah, but
just
from our village as well, right? There was not they left nothing behind either, right?
yeah, there was nothing in terms of being left behind. If one or two got killed, for an example, they were taken away.
Just double checking because I'm quite sure I remembered it correctly.
That's why it's so hard to figure out like where these attacks came from, was because the fact they don't have anything to go off on besides heavy fire use, like metal armor, and just like a wave of onslaught that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Shock tactics.
It doesn't
was
that
really
residual
seem to have
magic?
Oh, 22. No, there is not.
But it's strange that the other villages didn't get destroyed then.
Yeah.
I look at the lizard man when he like sort of passes by at some point, and I go. Like, does it seem like he understands common properly? Do I need to talk in a different way to him?
Just talk louder.
It just
He'll
depends.
understand.
It depends
No, I'm
on
not gonna talk loud. I'm gonna talk specific, like easy words.
Yeah, if you tried to do easy words, it would probably make it easier for him to understand. I will. You guys don't really know this, so I can't say it. So, you assume as long as you use maybe something easy, he can maybe understand.
Yeah, I'm just
Especially
saying, like, what level he is.
especially since the other one can speak in some sort of decent in common.
Hmm.
Imagine
I just-
talking to Garbu, but worse.
Oh
I mean,
God.
I can still use fancy words to Garbo. I look at the lizardman as he comes by, and I sort of like grunt like and then I point over to him, like get over to me.
He he comes over.
Was your village a village of warriors or people who make things?
Home.
Hmm.
Me. Many.
Hmm. Oh, many warriors. Okay.
So they wouldn't have attacked his
Yes.
village then.
Yeah. No, but like at least like looks at him and then looks at him. But why was this village destroyed and his just people taken? Like it doesn't add up. Like that they was a different thing because like
Well, if his village was full of warriors,
yeah
would they have
exactly.
made him fight?
No. If
Like it
if
doesn't
they were like
add up, right?
him, if they were like him, and if we assume it's those that did attack the Northern village, there would be a lot of bodies, and they would have known about it.
Like I feel like if it was the same people that did like because again every village that they have attacked that we know of, including this one, death, destruction, fire. Everyone's gone.
But
Like people were gone, but like here, they got taken without anything being destroyed, even though there were a lot of warriors.
it has to be something else. It would have to be, and it has to be something somewhat peaceful if they were almost taken willingly. We would have to
Mm.
assume. Uh,
Well, he was here when the attack happened, right? Like he checked this place out, right? I mean, he checked this place out
there
after.
Yeah, he
afterwards.
Yeah.
they checked it. They're not sure if it was immediately after or if it was been a few days.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter for me. It's like I'm gonna ask him. I just want to rule out dragon attack, just because. Um, I look at him. Were the tree branches snapped, or just fire marks everywhere?
Kind of like looks up and like looks around. He goes and grabs like a couple of like kind of like really small twigs and sticks and stuff like that, and a couple of rocks. He on some of the rocks he kind of put two rocks together on top of each other, and he doesn't touch any of the. He points to it, trying to showcase this is like the village that you guys are looking at.
Mm.
And all he does is he tries his best gently to only knock over the rocks, suggesting that the trees were never really harmed.
Okay. Well, that suggests that it was targeted and not like because it was a dragon fire or something like that, or like a creature attacking. It would definitely like just indiscriminately destroyed everything. So we're
So,
dealing with the people.
people.
Like
Okay.
the most difficult thing is just figuring out where do these fuckers come from, right? Especially since
They're able.
there's no residual magic. Like my parents didn't find any like how did they get somewhere? Because my parents couldn't either figure out something, right? With the portals and shit. Because obviously they like or how they went. Like it's
Yeah,
just strange. Yeah, yeah, I know that we know nothing. That's the whole fucking problem.
Mm,
Like the
we
only
don't
thing
know.
we can tell the only thing we can tell them now is that we know who is responsible,
We
but
just
that
don't know where they are.
even our mighty wizards, like you know, that in our society don't know where they came from. And unless we have like I don't know, an eyewitness telling us something, it's impossible. Like where they could like we need someone who was taken and then came back, and that's like impossible to find there. Like trees, despite their best attempt, of course, can't tell us everything, right?
We know the best guy in the continent at finding stuff, though.
Niall.
Niall.
True, but he also has a lot of things to do, and I think this is like worse than looking for a needle in a haystack.
we
This is
asked
looking.
him
This
for
is
a
looking
few
for like
things.
the tip of a needle in the barn.
True. I'm not
And
disagreeing with that.
No,
we
I
also gotta
understand.
put into account how dangerous these people are. So
I would
do
have
we
said
really
it
want
was
to put?
like looking for a piece of hay in a needle stack.
But
Because it's
yeah.
painful.
Yes.
But I'm wondering,
Right.
like the whole like the shrine of that deity. What we if we can find something there. I mean, I assume it's a nature-based thing, so maybe I can get something out of it, right?
Hopefully.
Unless it's like my running theory is that it's whatever that creature, that deity was, maybe merged with Lucy.
Maybe.
But that's just a random thing out there. It did look like not lizard scales on our hands. It looked like dragon. I sort of like checked with yours, Garbo, and I looked at theirs, and it's definitely more towards your side of the spectrum.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in between dragon and lizard, kind of.
As I said, it's more towards yours kind than there. Like they have very distinctly different.
Probably even closer to like bolts.
Are you like a Drizzen? Or like a
Blizzard.
Lakin? Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Well, you're a
I
lizard
don't
dragon.
know.
But
Yeah.
so I just feel a little bit bad because obviously they want us to help, but
Clarence,
mm,
Hi.
make an intelligence check, and you can since you still have advantage on it.
Just straight intelligence.
mm. Oh,
Well, he
19.
didn't have enhance ability. Elise was helping him with
Oh,
his
yeah, so it's
investigation earlier.
17.
Okay.
Because I had talked about doing enhance abilities,
So,
but Elise said she was going to
I
do the help
think-
action.
I think the fact that you did roll 35 when you were going through checking everything, right? And you were trying to see if you felt any sort of magical presence lingering still, but again, you don't feel anything. And just hearing Elise talk about, not trying to really find anything useful, that it sounds like a lot of these are connected. It's just where, how, something kind of clicked to you as you kind of like look around, and in your mind you're like, that's where this was, and you're like mentally just kind of doing a 180, if you will, or 360 of just checking everything again from where you're standing, right? It almost seemed I don't think there's an easier way to put it without just kind of giving it. It almost seemed like it was imagine it like a wave, but it was going outward.
So, like, if there was a standing lake and you drop something into it, like the wave of... Okay. It's like a ripple effect. Like
mean,
if
like-
you threw a pebble down and everything, you know what I mean, in the water, just like in a 360. Like somebody threw something at the earth or something really hard, or
Like
like
when you
something
blew up.
kind of, but mine's like space is tangential, so like mine was like more than... Never mind. Anyway, this is like on a plane going out in a circle.
Where's the center?
That's... Can I kind of extrapolate where the center is?
Roll me 2d20s.
I have.
It's going to be where they found Lucy. We're going to go there, and Mogek's going to be like, "This is where we found."
I
Little
want to.
Bird."
I want to have it play out. Forgot that.
Oh,
It's
that's
also a suspicion. I'm thinking of
19-2. Wow, those are literal
Those are-
opposite ends.
Yep. Literally.
Mhm.
The most even luck of all time.
Okay. Um, it's just straight even regardless of the number. Um,
Unless you go like it's so good and bad at the same time that it becomes really good.
Hey, it's over half.
I'm going to
technically.
say it's
Make him roll another D100.
no.
for
I'm
the
going to
low
say
roll.
it's hard to be exact. There's not like there's any sort of sign about this. You're trying your best to calculate the center. But
Would it be easier if I went up high?
no.
Damn it.
You really want to go up.
But I would
do,
say
was just
you
gonna cast levitate.
I would say you kind of like got as close as you think, which is it's not really in the center of where what you might assume this could be like the center of the village. Um it's a little bit towards the west, just a little bit of the west side of the village. But there's where you kind of see it. You think like this is like something happened here and it looked like it spread out because where you see those markings and stuff, you can kind of tell like the directions of their being slashed, and it just looks like it's whatever it was went in a ripple. That where you're standing seems to be where it originated at, and that's the catastrophic part. Like where you saw the hand, for an example, was a little bit closer to the center where you think you are than farther away.
Do I see
But
anything
in-
like that here?
Like another thing like that? Not really.
Okay.
Now the inevitable question comes to the lizard
Mogek,
man.
can you tell us where you found
Little bird.
Lucy or Little Bird?
Little, they
Where
only refer to as
where
little bird.
got her from the rubble? From the rocks?
He leads you before I go for a second. He leads you almost to like the far end
Oh, okay.
of the
Good.
village.
Good.
Be right back.
Not another exploding person on our hands.
Yeah.
So something exploded. I'm like
Was it
debating if
Clarence?
no, I'm debating if it
Insight
was
check. No, I'm kidding.
I'm
Actually,
debating
yeah,
if
let's do
it was
this.
like a if it was like a whatever equipment they use, like flamethrowers, that one of them exploded there.
Can I have advantage on my
Or
lie?
maybe that's where their attack started.
Mm.
Can I have advantage on my lie?
Yeah,
Like a
sure.
Trojan horse kind of situation.
All right. Let's do this,
I'm not
Garbo.
actually insight checking you.
You have to do it now.
Listen, this was before you were alive, wasn't it? It was like 20 years ago, or
Hey,
No.
you gotta
Yeah.
do it. You
Years
gotta
ago.
do it now.
All right.
You gotta do it.
okay.
Sorry
oh
about that.
my god.
So,
Do
anyways,
I really?
No, you don't have to. It's a bit. Just
so
it's okay.
No.
sorry about that. Where
All
you
I'll
guys?
say it was at disadvantage. 14.
I didn't blow it up. I didn't.
He blew it up 100%.
Yeah,
He's lying. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus.
But yeah, he
So
leads
He wasn't
you.
even born then.
He leads you to the far west side. There seems to be a little bit more of a like a pile up of rocks that you can see. It's now kind of like a little bit filled with water, as there's just like a little bit of a small, kind of like a craven, where possibly Lucy was as a baby or an infant, and the rocks just were lucky enough not to have smushed her.
Was there any remains that we seen while we were going through here, or nothing? Or did they end up burying them later on?
You would, if you ask him, he could try to explain. But you even remember from Ula who said like there was no bodies.
Nothing.
Lucy was
No
the only
bodies.
thing that they found.
Which I think they said, you guys said was also how the attacks on Eastbourne and Raven Valley happened, that they took any bodies of people who died with them as well.
Did they eat them, or is it like a?
That's not what we know. Why do you have such an obsession with people eating people?
They don't eat. They didn't eat.
Wait a minute.
He's secretly
That's
a
not
cannibal.
2
He's
times
gonna
is not an
try to
obsession.
trick him.
I mean, it's 2 times more than I would have done it.
Well, we
2
still
times
think
more than
that.
I would have.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Master Bell ate her. Like,
He
Just
has
because
I
he's
think
fat
he
doesn't
look.
mean
He
disappeared
has
her.
to keep up his figure somehow. Okay.
exactly.
But
And
I mean,
plump white
yeah.
women must be his thing.
Bell seems more like a
Are we
patient
sure?
man.
Are we sure it's not just deep fried butter?
Vethria
Have you ever
seemed to
had that?
indicate that
It's
he
not
was the type of person who was
The-
powerful enough to make someone disappear.
So I'm wondering what that explosion is, that or that outward thing is like. Is it someone landing a lucky blow and blowing up the person, and then it catastrophically exploded? Is it someone like entering there? Like, there's so many questions.
Did you and your family fought them back, and you've seen a couple of the ones that had flamethrowers. Did anything like that happen with you when you were
No.
fighting them back?
No, not that I'm aware. I didn't see any
Hmm.
fucking kaboosh.
From both of y'all's perspective, this was more like an ambush on the city.
This was an ambush, so they weren't expecting this.
I mean, like to y'all's
So they caught.
village.
Yeah,
Like
when
it,
they
it was like
when
the
they
attack
attacked
came in.
when they attacked the village, did the attack start from outside the village or from
Outside, yeah,
within
for
the
sure.
village?
Ours outside for sure.
Ours was outside too, I think. They,
Because it seems more like whatever it is started inside the village here. Maybe this is the origin of those attacks.
Could be that they changed the way they operate. I don't know. It all seems
20
easy
years.
to.
15 years, so their modus operandi might have changed over that time. So we got 3 attacks connecting them so
Let's go
far.
back to the center point, I guess. Is it worth trying to detect magic or something?
I mean, you can always try. I don't know how useful it is, but you can always try.
Did you prepare that, Clarence?
Yep.
I didn't prepare it. Could you?
I'll just click it. Just ask me to click it. And I'll click it.
Okay, click
Click
it.
it.
Click it.
Even though that's not how Garbu would say it.
Click it.
Yeah, can
Bop
you
it.
click
You just
Can
pull
you
out
click
you pull out
your-
a button and it says detect magic.
detect magic?
There's a circle in the middle of the screen. Hold on.
Oh,
If you right
Yeah.
click instead of left clicking, it just goes away.
I
I
gotcha.
But you gotta delete it.
Okay.
if
That's
you
what I was
place-
doing. I just didn't get my things. Yeah. Thank you.
No.
Do I see
No.
any cool stuff?
No,
Damn. Hey,
just whatever's on your guys' bodies. It's kind
You
of like
see
what picks up.
Garbu's gauntlets light up as well as his battle axe.
Elise, why do you have like 15 shiny objects on you?
It's all in the bag. It's only one.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
You don't keep the cinnamon spoon on a necklace around your neck.
No, I just
That
get
would
it
be
out of the
way
bag.
cooler. Like
What do
a,
you think
a
I am?
coat with 1,000
Hey,
pockets with all
What do you
stuff.
think I am so happy?
Yes.
I was actually thinking of quotes from Name of the Wind. My bad.
No, I'm looking to go with like.
Garbu has 4 items on him that light up.
I
Anyways,
I have more than that.
but you don't see anything of the ordinary.
Maybe we
Oh, I
should
got
go.
nothing.
I mean, I don't. I mean,
Well, my
yeah,
armor lights up.
It's like I don't know. I feel like it's such a disappointment. Like this, it's gonna be disappointing for them, right? And I mean, like that whole thing of like waiting for people to return. That's kind of, I don't know. Feels kind of bad knowing that we can't do much.
Well, any sort of answer we gave them is better than what they
Yeah, I mean,
didn't
yeah,
have before.
at least we can tell that we suspect it's the people who attacked our villages as well. But then an early attempt, or an early, not attempt, an early raid.
Yeah.
But like the problem is that like both times it's like it's motive. It's like we're missing motive. We're missing where do they come from. Like those two
Where did
things
they
are like
go?
so important. Like where do they come from? Where it's like and what why do they
What
do this?
what if it's like a group from another plane and they just randomly like pop in and then pop out?
Yeah, but then we still okay that maybe might solve the where do they come from,
But
but
what if
then
they don't control where they pop in at? They just attack whatever's closest to where they pop in. I'm
Well,
just making a
also,
wild guess here. I don't even know what a plane is. I
well,
might know what a
also,
plane is. I don't know what I know.
I mean plane of existence would be a very common thing to know that.
well, I mean, my mother and brothers got taken and they were sold to the mistress and by them, but I don't know where that happened. She didn't really give us an answer on that.
She said
But then
she
they
didn't. She wasn't even able to tell that. Like the cage, like they were in, was covered up, and so it was just kind of like they had no idea where they were going. They just it was like slightly removed. Hey, do you want this? Yes or no?
I guess like no one would know if there was anything valuable in Eastbourne. I mean, it seemed not like like a village with anything really interesting in it now. No offense.
No, none taken.
That's is there in I don't think
Well,
this
Zepham was
village
worried.
here. Sorry, you go.
Zepham was more worried about them being attacked. That's why they didn't send troops in right away. So maybe Eastbourne wasn't the original target, but it was more of a if the Blades of Light had sent men to that spot, it would have been Zepham that would have been attacked.
Yeah, don't
Like
know.
an attempt to draw forces out.
Possible.
But who would they be trying to draw forces from if they attacked here?
Yeah,
And who would they be drawing it from at Raven Valley? Either
could be that this
Vermont
was
or Crestport?
an experiment.
Could be. Yeah.
It's like the thing is that the thing that this area benefits from that's like no one would know, right?
I mean, no one still
We're
knows. So.
It's isolated. Mm.
Yeah, but like for both Eastbourne and my place, there's been like survivors, or like survivors in your case, and in my case, a lot of people who saw it and lived. You know.
DM, that crypt that we went into, the undead there, were they like the one on that island? Wasn't one of the undead like fiery or something? Or am I just misremembering something from a long time ago?
No, you are correct. There were some Durgar, dead corpses, that was brought back, that you guys fought in the cave. And then when you guys went further deep, after meeting Nala and all that, it looked like the uh, that individual was using the shield. Again, you guys know it to be the fake one, but was using the shield to take the original Durgar and turn them into something more that was like a fire entity. But it seems as though if he, for as long as that shield was disappeared, who knows how long he was doing this. But it also doesn't seem like he was able to do it fast, as you only encountered the three that were already there.
Garbo will bring that up, and I wonder if the fiery things there are related to this group that seems to use fire to
I mean, these were like no, like from to me like they were
attack.
normal people, right? All
Yeah,
different kinds of
they
races and everything
Well, I'm
that attacked us.
just wondering if it's of relation, whether it's the same thing or if like they're just related groups.
Both Aeth and Elise, you can make a history check for me.
Oh, I'm really good at these.
Can I make one?
Because wasn't
Oh.
wasn't he wearing like a robe or something? And didn't we find like a piece of paper that had a group name in it or something? It's been a
Yes,
long time.
I think.
Hey, even
Ooh.
worse.
I think there was
Hey, look at that.
a group name
7.
on there, and it was like I
We're
can't
good
I
at
can't
this.
remember what the contents of it was.
Give me a minute.
Clarence,
Was
4,
that
3.
you. The reason why I didn't include you was because the fact this was them more trying to recall the details of that day.
I will say, when I heard you say yes, I thought that meant yes to
No,
me.
sorry.
No, so I misinterpreted it. So
but
can I just? Yep, there we go. I knew it was gonna be there. That's
4,
why I did it.
3, 2, 1.
Yep,
That's
there you go, buddy.
Wow.
There you go, bud.
I'll let
roll
you.
the D100?
I will let you hold on to that one.
Sick.
I cast fireball.
I only need
Maybe
one more
we
level.
should-
It's for you two guys. It's been some time. It's hard to probably recall exactly where the fire was coming from, but you know at least though they were individuals, and not like a
Shambling corpses.
yes. But I will at least say this: some people recall like these individuals were like it's almost like they were fire themselves. But
Ah, fuck.
but again, reiterating, it was not that type of individual or entity that Garbu was trying to ask about.
But this is the answer he's giving with a low roll, which means that they're definitely related. No, I'm kidding.
I'm just trying to give a little thing here or there. All right, leave me alone. You
Should
guys
we
are working hard.
Should we?
We
Should
are working.
we? I mean, we're trying to figure out what no one has solved so far, so you know.
I don't.
I mean, the island's right there as well if we want to try and go back, but I don't know if there'll be much more there than what we
I
already
mean, we kind of
found.
fucked up the guy who was doing it.
Yeah, he's been dead for a while.
Does anyone still have like the note and stuff we got from him?
No.
No.
Not to mention that fucking orc guy took all the papers.
He did.
Yeah, we gave him to the orc when we gave the shield
No,
to
he
him.
didn't give. No.
No. When you guys were captured,
Captured.
he took all the paperwork.
Oh.
Any sort of
yeah,
papers that
no.
you guys had before meeting or getting captured was taken by him, and then he was chucked
Fuck, and
into like a
off a cliff.
off a cliff into extremely fast water.
Did anyone catch his name? The
If
orc's
we did, I
name?
was too. If we did, I was too upset to fucking care.
Good point.
He
I
knew
could at least
your
know what he looked like.
he knew
Yeah.
your friend though. He knew your friend.
Ugly motherfucker.
You know what? I'm gonna cast sending, and just based on what he looked like, and I'm just gonna say screw you, and just see if I get it. If I feel a
Somebody
connection.
that vaguely looks like
I'm
him
just
is just gonna be
feeling like-
like,
But I'm
what
just seeing
did
if
I
I feel a
do?
connection because I didn't get a name.
Make a just make a hold on.
It's gonna be so funny that it's just gonna be some random orc that's just like a regular orc that just does regular
He's
things. Like
bold, say in his head, "Screw you." And goes about
he's
it.
like a
I'll take
shopkeeper
this
or something, and he's like,
into yeah. I'll take this into
This says
consideration.
someone you're familiar with.
Roll me 2d20s.
Oh,
He's gonna send a message to Claire's fuck buddy.
When
Og is more than that.
I am ready.
Hey,
It's a natural 20 and a
ooh.
9.
Okay.
you see Clarence
Um,
oiling up.
You send that. And you kind of go about your biz until you get a message back. We'll meet again. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's alive.
Fuck that guy.
What?
Yeah, screw that guy.
How did
He says
how
we'll
the hell
meet
did he
again.
how did he survive?
Because he held his breath for a long time.
What?
So next time you're
know
telling
what?
me that
You know, once we finish our current goals, I say we go hunt this guy down, cause yeah,
do we want to how hardcore do we want to hunt him down?
he said he's gonna find us. So I want to find him before he's ready to find us.
Should we lay out fake trails that so people start spreading where we are at?
I mean, we already have people hunting us, so that might be a good idea. But
Plenty of people.
Like we should tell people that you're back in Bimmelton and all the people go fucking frenzy around there.
I am worried that
And then we spread a rumor that you're
Yeah.
accompanied by an orc.
I would be concerned. Well,
And then
Yeah.
they will then instead of us having to hunt him, he will be hunted for us.
but what if they do catch up to him and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to hunt them too. Let me help you."
Okay, like they're the plans for all
Yeah.
the project. It was good until that point.
Yeah.
Then just then send a message to
Let me
the
just say that let me just say it's A's fault.
Just remember, you make a
Why is it
plan,
my fault?
you execute a
I-
plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, make a new plan.
Because-
Throw the plan
because-
away.
Yeah,
It's
he's
eight.
alive and out there, and
A's, you're like our go-to throw under the cart man.
he knows we're alive now, and we know he's alive
Yeah,
now.
of course he knows we are alive. He fucked up all his fucking dudes.
What if
we
he's
Plus
just
men.
still down there under the cave and he's just surviving by eating spiders or something?
No,
And
he
he's
probably
just-
met up with his
Yeah.
fucking bitch boys because the fucking guy's father's still alive, right? He also escaped.
Probably.
Yeah.
So they probably
Oh,
hooked
I
up now.
also know him. I could send him a message and do the same thing.
Oh, you're gonna
Why?
be like, what? You're gonna say hey, is the orc with you? I'm a friend of of a friend.
I think he might have an
He
idea
knows
who I am.
he
We
knows
did
who
meet
we
them.
are.
You sound
Yeah.
differently. Get a really deep, gravelly voice.
Hey, how's it going?
That was awful. That was awful.
That's even worse. Try a high pitched version. See how that goes.
Quick, Garvu.
Hey, how's it going?
Quick,
I like that one.
quick, somebody hit him in the groin with a club.
Clarence, kick him.
Oh
In the nuts.
I mean, it's just kind of smooth there until the action's happening, you know.
It's a cloaca, isn't it?
Yeah,
Kick hard enough.
Yeah.
If you kick
Yeah.
hard enough.
it's kind of armored,
Take up your arms and we can kick you
like
really hard.
internal almost.
I got
Yeah.
in trouble in biology for calling a cloaca a poop vagina.
God.
Technically not wrong, is it?
I mean, you got me. You're so small. If I guess 8, because 8's kind of big. If 8 kicks hard enough, we'll definitely fucking cause some fucking damage there.
Probably, but I am also wearing heavy armor.
Yeah, we take that off.
You have to get a pretty good. Well, okay, I'm talking without
I
taking.
feel like
armor.
we're really far off topic now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
And if
I
I'm
know.
saying
Yeah.
that, it means something, like
Because this is fun.
Oh,
like,
God.
my head hurts from thinking, so I wanted the distraction. Anyway,
But my thought on the tomb thing was that what if,
Oh.
because that tomb thing was kind of related to the attack that happened on the Golden Summit. My thought was, what if the group that attacked the Golden
it?
Summit was related to the attacks that happened in Eastbourne and
but no, the tomb thing had nothing to do with the attack on the Eastbourne.
Oh no, he's talking about the Golden
on the
Summit.
sorry, because that was some fucking spoopy ass entity that created super undead.
Alright, I was just trying to get back to the. I'm talking about the group that they chased into the mountains. If
No.
that group could be related to.
Well, yes, there was that specter entity that created some sort of off-brand of undead from just seconds ago living people. Outside of the festival was attacked by these giant spider-like things.
Okay. I thought it was people who attacked.
I'm
No,
not
they're-
gonna say this very
There
lightly, but
honestly,
I'm seriously glad that we didn't deal with that.
there was no individuals. It was pretty much dealing with these, which again they are called um
The Noah records. Like I am saying nope to that. Ugh.
Kruthic. They're like a weird spider-like thing, but they were just heavily attacking the outside while it was the undead that was created by the specter attacking the inside. And then they chased the Kruthics back up to the haunted peaks to where it was an ambush.
We're just sitting here, like talking, like sitting in a circle with like chairs doing brainstorming. So the conclusion is, we still have no fucking clue.
Yep.
That's the bit. Like we have an idea, but that it could be, but then we still have no clue what, like where the people went.
Nope. We don't know when they're gonna attack next either.
I mean, could we recreate any of the circumstances where they did?
What do you mean?
I mean, we don't know what they did here. The only
Yeah.
things
Also-
we could recreate is at Eastbourne or
That's the problem. We lack motive. Like we don't know why they do this.
True.
obviously to take slaves. No, that's probably not the only
I mean,
reason.
if you're taking slaves just to sell, I mean, I think that would be.
There has to be something else that caused them to attack those two.
Definitely.
They're taking the dead
Yeah.
as well, correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
the thing is more
some.
like
They threw
if they
some
were
of the-
literally out to
some
take
of the
slaves,
dead
they
out.
would go a lot more ham for a lot longer. But these attacks seem to be not happening that often.
But taking the dead is why I thought there might be a relation to the fiery undead.
They're necromancers.
But that
But they didn't show any
body-
magic to us when we fought, though.
the bodies that were in that crypt, Niall had said something about some of them being people who were missing from Zetham, right?
No, there was a couple of bodies that were taken, but these were, if I remember correctly, it was like people in between Raka and Ares Gate that just went missing, and he was following up on a missing persons report, and it led him
But
here.
I thought the missing persons report he was following was from Zetham.
No, it was from Raka
No.
itself.
Okay.
No,
But not
he
Niall's office is in Zetham. When we met him, he said something about Zetham.
Mm-hmm.
he is kind of going around doing tasks that people either are not doing or have no clue about. It's kind of like a little bit up his alley as being a really great detective. And so like for this missing persons, for an example, people couldn't find anything out about it, but he was the one who was able to find out. But he got stuck in there and was hiding because he was outgunned, and so he was trying to buy his time until you guys showed up.
Or somebody showed up.
And he's just kind of going along the way, helping out where he can.
I think he said he was gonna take a job. He had someone that was gonna give him a job from Zetham. It was something else though. Because he met up with his associate in Eastbourne. So I think his associate was in Zetham at that
No,
time.
his
I think that's where
associate
you
his
met.
associate was there with him. You guys saw at Raka. She was the one who was doing some paperwork too. You just didn't really talk to her then.
We didn't really. Yeah.
Oh. I know we met up with him in Eastbourne though. So I thought maybe yeah.
I think we saw him walk over to a table where she was. I don't think we actually had an interaction with her.
Yeah.
Not the first time. Not the first
She-
Not the
time.
first time. No, not the first time.
From what you guys remember,
The second time we did talk to her, and she asked us if we could look into where he had been found.
she kind of came from in between
Well,
Draw
wasn't
Ridge
the
to
second one?
Ares Gate. She didn't have a really good life growing up at least, and came across Niall, who was like, "Yes, I will help you." You know, they have a mutual thing. So when he gets paid to do things, he tries to get her set up so she's not living bad, but she does a lot of paperwork for him. So he is
To pay her
always,
back.
yeah, so he's always out and about investigating things, and she's the one who's keeping track of the paper trail of it.
The logistics, yeah.
Do we have 10 minutes to ritual cast something?
I mean, of course we do have 10 minutes.
Okay.
Mm.
I could try to ask basically a yes or no question to the Platinum Dragon.
I mean, go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to see if we could get, I guess, pick out a question.
I mean, depends on what we want to confirm.
Do you know where we
Mhm.
can get tacos?
No,
Oh, okay, we'll
that's
skip.
not a yes or no. That's not a
No,
yes or no question.
Yeah, that's
True.
Well, now it is, since you just said no. But yeah, no.
No, but that was a no. No, that's not the question we're gonna ask.
Is there any question that if we ask it about this group, it could help us with this?
Are they hopping between planes?
No, it's not like we're trying. Are we trying to confirm that it was this group of people? Because the difference is
Well,
that
if
explosion,
they're
right?
hopping between planes, that could at least help answer that.
We can ask that one later
But
on. But
Okay,
let's
we'll
ask
do.
the.
What's the most pressing thing we want to get confirmed now then, or
Let's.
denied? I suppose.
are we
We
sure
should.
this location is related to the other two? I mean, it looks like it is. It feels like it is, but the attack pattern's different.
Yeah. So
So
do we
let's.
want? Do you want to confirm it that it was the same group of people?
We should. I think we should. I was only pointing that one out as an alternative to ask the Platinum Dragon
I mean, I
later
can
on.
ask these all day. It just takes 10 minutes each time. It's a ritual spell.
Okay, so we can ask the first one, then then the second one could be that.
But it just gets like
Slightly more
less.
inaccurate.
Yeah, it's less likely to get a good reading each time. But
Well, let's
I
also.
could ask it multiple times.
What's the most pressing thing we want to answer now?
It could be the
Confirm.
most pressing two things.
Because
The
like
most.
there's two things we can ask, in my opinion, which is was this city attacked by the same people who attacked Eastbourne and
And
Ravens
Ravens
Valley,
Valley.
or was or the other one is was the attack on this village were the people who attacked this village responsible for taking the people from the other village? It's like are these two things connected or not?
Okay.
Like that's my opinion. I mean, like what do you guys think? Like I'm not.
Just from seeing how
Because
she
remember,
described it, I'd,
we're not here to answer our questions. We're here to answer their questions.
so I would say we'd probably go with the second one then. I would say, or second one be the most important one for them, and then the first one
Because
would be
because we
important
can
for us.
always if we just write it down, so we can always ask the question another day, right? For ourselves.
Yeah. Just hope we don't get kidnapped by another orc. So
You're the
make
only
sure.
one with the book, so you'd have to write it down.
I have pen and
Oh,
paper.
you have paper
Like,
as
it's
well?
literally,
Like how do you,
yeah.
how do you
Yeah,
think
but
how
it's
do you
not a
think
book, it's paper.
like
It's just
Clarence makes like design and
newspaper.
stuff like
I
at least holds up like an
I
iron.
Like,
assume he makes all the
there's
designs in his head.
there's been a few times that Garvey walks in and Clarence has like books everywhere as he's trying to figure something out, and he just like walks through them.
Clarence
Just
Like,
just
steps on
carries
them.
snacks around with him as I pick up a piece of paper and start eating it.
Stop eating it. That's calculations.
Oh,
You sound like the gnome.
Damn it! That was.
He had a point.
That
Let's
was
be
my.
real here. He had a point. The problem is he was,
Cuckoo.
yeah, he was crazy. Let's be real. He needed
And
institutionalized.
You need a
and
break.
then you also
Yeah,
and you also turned him into a puppy a few times.
All at
he
once.
loved that though.
But should we ask the question?
No, he didn't love
Yeah,
it. He crapped on the ground a few times in anger.
I mean, honestly, I do that sometimes. We've literally been like living outside half of this friendship, so little
Not
confused
what I meant.
where would you draw the line here, buddy? Because I know you go. I've smelled it.
Yes.
I think more
Yeah.
than
Okay.
half.
No, I meant when he was being held up. Nobody's holding you up while you take a shit.
Don't
Oh,
don't
Right?
judge what me and
yeah, like what? What are we even talking about? Garbo, do the thing.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
What question am I asking? We got
Oh my god,
distracted.
dude.
Dude,
The second one.
We
I-
discussed
If the
like 3
if the
questions.
attack that
if the
happened
pe-
here
no,
is
no, no. If the
connected.
people, you need to be gods. All right,
Was the
shit lords.
attack that happened on the village in the Nyborg Grove related to the attacks that happened at Eastbourne and Ravensbourne?
No, that's the selfish one.
That's second.
The,
That's the selfish
the-
one. The other one would be the
Did
disappearance of the two.
yeah
Are there
the
2
lizard village
disappearances
and the elf
related?
village?
like were they attacked by the same people? Like were the same people responsible for the destruction? Like the people who no, okay, let's rephrase it. I hate gods.
Can
The people.
you
I'm busy. I need to get my mind straight because I need to think God talk.
Let him cook,
I need to
ladies.
think God
Let him
talk.
cook.
I'm cooking. Let me cook.
Let him
listen,
cook.
this all relies on a bottle flip either way, so take
Say
your time.
yes. Say yes, chef. um, were the people like the people taken from the lizard people? No, the people who took the lizard people were they the
Was
same?
within the Nyborg Grove was the destruction of the elf village and the disappearance of the lizard village caused by the same source?
There you go.
There you
Good
go.
cook.
Yeah, I don't know why this was so hard to come up with. You just gotta talk simple.
You
Yeah,
talk.
because
You talk to a god more than we do. So.
yeah, exactly.
You just gotta keep it simple.
God suck. Okay.
I talk to a fey creature, and I
I
talk
got
to a lady
I
that
got a
tries to drown
phrase
me.
for you. It's
After a
called
fey creature, you get drowned by a
it's
fey creature.
it's called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, but like the thing is like I do like kicks. Keep it complicated. K stupid.
Wait,
The K
there's
the
no
K
K.
is
There's O. You
there's,
don't say
there's no
okay. No.
So it's Kaikos.
yeah, there you go. Like this is
I
why you
like
get
mine
confused.
better.
Oh my
Yeah, this is
gosh.
why you get confused.
Okay,
What did I say?
Yeah, there
you're
you go.
getting it way off now.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
Make us
Everyone knows.
ask this question.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
This
will take
story
the
arc
10
is-
minutes. The 10 minutes I spend, I just kind of like hold my hammer up and stare at it. And then at the end of the 10 minutes, I say, within the Nyborg Grove, I repeat the question. Do you want me to repeat it?
For
Yes.
your pain and my amusement, yes.
Within the Nyborg Grove was the destruction of the elf village and the disappearance of the lizard folk from their village caused by the same source. And then I'll throw my hammer up in the air.
Okay.
And that's how I'm going
Oh.
to cast my augury spell.
Is it gonna hit him in the head?
eight in the face.
Oh, I like that better.
That's the random in case it gives a random result, I guess. But or
do
the
y-
chance that it gives a random, but that only happens after 2 castings.
first off, do you try to catch the hammer or do you just let it hit the ground? Like
I'm
what do
letting it land on the ground. Basically, I would be bottle flipping it in front of me.
Okay.
And basically, like, at least my thought is, like, depending on how it lands is how I determine my answer.
Okay.
Like, if it stands on its head, stands on its base, lands on its side, or just kind of, like, wobbles around for a minute.
So as you kind of like toss it up in the air and it does a little bit of a rotation to it, but when it lands almost like something was like somebody had the hammer in their hands and they were striking the ground, so it lands pretty tough. There's actually just a slight dent in the ground. You taking that as a solid yes that the strike was they both were striked by the same source.
Yeah, it was the same source.
There we
That's
go.
a yes. It's the head is up. That means yes.
Like magic shit, like gold shit is so fucking weird.
I can ask another one, and then I can ask more, but there's a chance it's inaccurate. But
Well, yeah,
I
maybe we
can-
can then ask the question if it was related to the attacks on the other places.
Okay.
Because if that is yes, then we
Wait.
know that these people are definitely are out for some fucking reason, death and destruction, then take slaves.
How often can you do this?
Twice a day before it becomes inaccurate. And I can
Or
do it as a ritual for 10 minutes each
does
time.
someone else want to cook? Or does someone else want to cook?
Cook?
Because I keep it complicated.
God damn it. I mean, God
I
damn it.
mean, I can come up with what to say. I'm pretty good at keeping it simple.
Yeah, it's just like what do we want to know?
And we're asking if it's related to the U2's attacks, right? Or are we
Well,
asking something else?
I mean,
that's good.
I mean, there's many questions you could ask essentially. Like, but I mean, it feels a bit cheating. Anyway, that's out of character. Out of character. We're cheating. DM, we're gonna ask enough yes or no questions until we're fucking done. Every day we're gonna ask 2 questions yes or no until we figure it out. Anyway,
I mean, that's however you guys want to play.
that's boring.
We could do that in
Yeah,
theory.
that's boring.
I mean, to be fair, we have to come up with. We need to know more information in order to come up with the
Yeah,
yes
that's
or
true.
no questions that we would need to ask. Like, once we answer these ones, we don't really have other yes or no questions at the moment that we're trying to get answered.
Yeah.
We could start going like, is Clarence's dad in Prover? Is
No.
Clarence's dad in Raqqa?
No.
But like, he could move locations as well. But we could start
And then
doing stuff like that. But
Nah,
that's
fuck that
stupid.
shit. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
If
Let's
we
just
get a
use.
lead where we think he's in Prover or something, I could see then using augury to confirm the lead. But I don't think we should just use augury like, hey, let's just keep asking these dumb questions.
You don't like
Yeah.
speed runs?
No, we don't speedrun.
Look,
gonna take a
honestly,
long
I would
time
just,
to do
if
either
you
way.
guys were trying to constantly do that, I'd just be a dick
would-
every single time.
He would just have him start moving from city to city or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's.
Anyways,
So what do you want to ask for? Like that it's related, everything.
we're asking
Mhm.
if it's the same. I guess wording should be whether rather than if it's related, if it's the same source as well. I guess that way we can be clear.
Sure. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, it's your call. You know best.
Yeah.
Uh,
You have the healthiest relationship to your patron / god.
I mean, just that you kiss water too much.
I don't kiss water that.
it's
I
more
don't.
like
I-
the water
Not like.
fills his lungs.
I mean, let's
It's
say
not
touch.
even by choice.
I was trying to make a stupid joke on like people say touch grass, so I just said kiss water. I'm sorry.
I did think it was funny.
See, Leclerc gets
Maybe I
me.
should ask him if I should stick with this group.
Boo. Your humor's terrible.
You're terrible.
Maybe.
It's like wait.
Look, I felt like my joke last session was pretty good. I just rolled.
What
bad.
was your? What was your joke?
How do you? What happens when you mix a rhetorical question with a joke?
Oh God, that one.
Did it get you again?
Yeah, that was
You
bad.
didn't do what Garvey did. What?
So, are
It's
you
like, I
casting
just
it?
look at I just look at Gar.
Yes,
I'm like, please be
this
done.
conversation is probably happening as Garbu's just staring intently at his hammer for 10 minutes, trying
Okay.
to get ready for the ritual spell.
Go ahead.
Was the events related to these two villages here caused by the same source as the attack on Eastbourne and the attack on Ravens Valley? This wouldn't be random. It's not random until after the 2 times, I think, right?
No,
Or
it
no, it's
says
2 or more.
yeah.
So yeah, this would have a 25% chance to be random. I read wrong.
As it goes up and falls once again, doing the same impact as it did before.
Also, yes.
Okay, these people
Oh
suck.
my!
These people suck
These
ass.
Wow.
That's actually a really big.
So these people are literally going across the entire continent, fucking shit up, taking people,
Okay.
and being absolute fucking a-holes.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that whenever we see these people, there's okay. Let's make a deal right now. If we ever see these fucking people, we kill every single fucking one of them. Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that supposed to be? Somewhere where we something we're
fair.
supposed to disagree?
Yeah. No, it was
Yeah,
it was
I wasn't
it's a,
sure if you were supposed to respond or if
no,
it was
like
rhetorical.
it was
We want to
rhetorical.
kill them. We
Yeah.
all want to kill them.
Yeah. Let's just like I was just more like
But
just more
like,
like be
Do we all put our hands in and go ready? Break.
do
no.
we think fire would be less effective?
Fuck that shit. Anyway, let's go.
My
Let's go.
my best stuff is fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like let's head back and maybe look at the place their private sanctum place of the gold and see if I can maybe draw some nature shit out.
Okay.
I mean I'm not really good at it in that sense. I'm not really like classically trained druid. I'm more like of a new age druid, like a new vibe.
You knew.
Like I'm nouveau chic, new money as they
Nouveau
call it.
New money.
like the other dudes are like old money. I'm like new money. Sorry, bad joke. Like Claire just rubbed off on me too much. I'm sorry.
So, you guys,
Making our way.
talk to Mogek, right?
Ugh.
I already forgot his name.
Gekek.
Mogek, yeah. He
The Gek man.
he just does like as you guys were doing a decent bit of talking and investigating. Like when you go and find him, like you see he seemed to have caught him something small and he's just eating it, and you're like, hey, we're ready to go back. He's just chucks the whole thing in his mouth. And just starts leading the way back to
I think that was a squirrel.
to the
Looks like a squirrel.
to his village.
I thought it was like a whole wild boar.
So you guys get back. It is now starting to get a little bit late.
Ooh,
as
that's good for me.
as the sun
Oh my
is gone down, or is at least also in the process of going down. And you can pretty much came back to the same hut where Eula is.
We knock on the flap, or do we just walk in?
He
Yes.
he lifts it back up since he was the one leading you guys there anyway, allowing you all to go in.
We go in.
Going in.
You see she's kind of like in a little bit of a meditating like state as she hears you guys coming up, and stands up. Well, how was it? Were you able to figure anything out?
We
Yes.
figured that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Yes. And then you can explain more. I just wanted to be a dick. Sorry.
Oh. We figured out that the attack that happened up there is connected to what happened to your village. And as
Same.
well, we also were
Same
able to
people.
figure out that it was the same people. And we also figured out that the same people also hit both of our homes.
It's not necessarily pleasant news, but if I can ask, then why was our village, I guess, spared in terms of destruction?
It takes place.
I mean,
Prisoners.
our tribe was mostly warriors. If they came in, they would have fought back.
They
What
might
if
have
you're-
manipulated them.
Well, I was gonna say, what if your tribe went out to fight them?
I mean, that's a bit. I mean, at this point, that you would have signs somewhere, but Regardless, they take slaves. I don't know why your village itself was spared, but
Hmm.
the only thing we can say is that the people responsible are horrible people, and sadly, we don't know much about them other than they use fire and they take people, but we don't know where they come from. I don't know why.
Don't know where they take those people either.
Well, at least you were able to figure something out more than what we could have gathered. So I thank you very much for your assistance. I know it may not seem like much, but it does raise questions, that's for sure, but we know at least there is some sort of connection.
Question is more like also like if we find where they come from, we find the people they've taken.
We didn't look around your village, though. Maybe we could try that and see if we find any clues here.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more than welcome to if you'd like. We've tried looking, and as I said, we didn't see anything that where they just walked out away from. There was nothing when we came back.
I don't think we'll find
And
much here. I think
I,
we. Yeah, go ahead.
or to my friend, while he is a good warrior, he's also one of our good trackers. Even he couldn't find where people went.
That's what I was thinking. Should we go check it? Should we go see if we can find some answers about your god and then Lucy? How it's related to Lucy? Like if we can find something out there. If you want to know that.
If that's something you would like to try, then that's fine.
I just need to take Lucy. I would like to take Lucy to the place, and because I need the person. I mean, I don't know actually exactly how I would do it, but I'm gonna try something and see if it works.
Well, I currently sent her to her room to get some rest because she's slightly upset, so I sent her to go lay down.
Well, my magic works better at night.
Well, could we go to the shrine without her for now? Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, if
Nice.
if that's what you guys want to do, that's perfectly fine.
I mean, I can try, I suppose.
Would it work better if you had her with you for the
No,
magic?
I'm making shit up as I go. Totally honest.
Mogek, if you can just keep an eye on her, she's in her room. I'll take them to the shrine. He's just, and kind of, he goes ahead and walks out, and she stands up and gathers a couple of things that she kind of puts around her, and then she grabs her staff, definitely of slightly looks old but somewhat good carvings of maybe possible sign of it, like a leadership of how very designed like it is. But she takes it and just, well, if you guys want to follow me, you're more than welcome to. And she heads out and kind of takes a look around, and you can see she stares at this hut that's just a little bit close. It's like about like maybe 10 to 15 feet away from theirs. And
Insight check.
make an insight check.
I'll incite that.
I assume
Wait,
it's
no, I
for
can't see it.
roll, but
Yeah, you can't see it.
Unlucky.
I can't see. Yep, nope.
You look at it as though she's just making sure nothing seems off. As you can see, almost like after, well, not because he walked out already. He kind of goes and sits just like a few feet in front of the door that's in front of that hut. Could probably assume that might be where Lucy's at. That might be her room. Since the hut that you guys were in wasn't like a house. It wasn't, like, here's different areas. So, but she just kind of nods and starts going. Almost
With that realization, I probably glance at Elise and then glance at the hut.
Did Laura go with us to the town? Or that not town, but the other village?
I would say so. I mean, it's either that or
Okay.
you guys could have told him to stay and he would have waited.
I mean, I can follow along. I have no problem with him following.
Yeah, I assumed he
Oh.
followed us.
I was gonna say
Unless
maybe
unless it's ever unless you guys ever say no, don't. I usually tend to think he follows with you guys.
Okay. Okay.
Heck, we gave him his own dolphin when we went to save Ace.
Yeah.
You gave him it. Oh my god. No, I'm kidding.
So she leads you almost directly west, or sorry, east, and it's about maybe 10 minutes as you go, and there is about 3 different trees that kind of surrounds what looks like a crafted. It almost looks like there was a giant stump, like just a huge ash tree that was eventually cut, and it's now just a little bit of a stump. But after a little bit closer inspection, this was just made by individual wood that was put together to make it look like that. The 3 trees kind of almost looks like it holds it together as well. And you guys can walk in it, and again, if you imagine like a stump, imagine going in and it's just the ring outside, nothing inside of it. And you can see what looks like a couple of primitive statues. Might be a stick holding up like a really big skeleton head with some sort of bones here or there and stuff like that, kind of here and there on some of the other raised statues. And she goes on first, and as you guys follow, she gets close to like the first one and immediately kind of goes down and bows and just says out loud, "Thank you for allowing us to be here today," and stands back up. And well, as she turns to you all, this is where we come to hold our ritual. It's more for the elders and the chieftain to come to this specific site, to where if we're trying to, how to put it, be one with nature, we tend to come here, and it, depending on the reason, if it was something you were looking into or something you were hoping for, you could be here for a day or two. I've heard a rumor that one of the chieftains at a time was here for a whole week. But please, you all are my guest, and I welcomed you all here, and I'm sure everything would be fine for you all to do what you need to do. If you need me, I'll be over here continuing my training. And she kind of goes to another one, and she does a bow again, and you can kind of hear her say the same thing, "Thank you for allowing us to be here." And then she kind of sits cross-legged, lights like a little bit of some like sticks on fire, and just kind of goes into a little bit of a meditative like state.
Hey, Garbu,
Yeah.
do you want me to help you?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here.
You're like the dragon guy, right?
No, I think this is more nature related.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you want help, Elise? I'll give you a little boost in your whatever. I don't know what you're gonna be.
But
I'll turn to her as she's getting into the trance. Vush, the last time that Vush Trigger had appeared was when he blessed Lucy, correct?
That is correct. That is around where we have stopped receiving word from him or from them. Um, we were already losing his presence before that event. But that was the last one that I am aware of. And I
You have. Sorry.
no
Do you have
no go ahead.
any idea how many seasons ago that was? Like how many winters?
First off, there's no winner here.
Or rainy seasons?
um,
Numbers are either.
oof. Um, it's hard to tell. It would just be almost how big Lucy is.
Rough guess, she's about 20.
Yeah. So roughly around the same time that the dragons were awoken. And Vush Vushtikr was a green dragon, correct?
I wasn't there all the time to witness his greatness, but from what I have been told, yes, he was.
Okay. Thank you.
I have to do druid shit. Because I like doing druid shit.
Druid shit.
I guess since it's getting dark, it's good because it's more around the time of, I guess, what Elise technically would prefer magic to be at. I guess once you would really commune to like the nature side of things, she thinks she would prefer to do it at night anyway, or like during when it gets dark. I think she will take out her crystal. I guess sort of like put it in the ground and just like have it standing up. Then on the crystal, I will cast the daylight spell, in my case, starlight, to light it up, and like that's just projecting all its constellations out of it.
As you're going through this process, setting it
Mm.
up, and you hear just like a very distant boom, almost like a thunder sound. Very distant.
Coming from where? Coming from where?
It just sounds like a storm.
Okay,
Like
interesting.
like in a DM to player, it sounds like a storm.
Okay.
Nothing else. Not like I'm not.
It's not
Dramatic effect.
a dragon. It's
Yeah,
not Jasper coming to kill us.
It's
A dramatic effect.
yes.
And then I will activate my dragon starry form. And I will try, since there's also a dragon, which is funny. I guess I will try to like in some way commune to the dragon and through my crystal to ask a question. And that question is a very simple one. The dragon that gave that saved Lucy, or the entity responsible for saving Lucy, did they leave this place, or did they leave this place, or did they merge with Lucy? I guess I would know. I would ask the second one. Did the dragon, did the entity who saved Lucy merge with Lucy? I
Okay.
think that's the thing that she would ask the most, because I think the other one's a bit metagamey.
Is this like a spell you're using, or is this
No, this is more druid shit, and like using my crystal, and then like that, like essentially this is me setting up a ritual, and this is
Immune
my
spell, right?
like this is not. I don't have that spell. This is literally my
Oh,
way of
augury or
trying.
something?
No, nothing. Like nothing. There's no.
Oh,
I'm
it
not
isn't a
casting.
spell.
I'm not casting a spell. I'm trying to like as a DM. This is the ritual that she goes through, and it's up to you if you want to give me something for it or not. I don't care either way. But this is her way of doing it.
Roll me 2d20s.
Four and an 8.
As you go to kind of start doing this, and you guys can see almost like the night sky that's extremely high above, but now it's really closer thanks to a lot of the branches from these 3 trees that kind of cover it a little bit. You see just like all the dots, and there's some that even seems like to be a little bit of a bigger dot, some that are even be more of a smaller dot, but it looks very nice. You go to ask this, and it's almost like it looks like you see some of the stars from your crystal that's trying to move, but as it moves, you hear once again like another distant, and it sounds like it might be getting slightly closer, of a thunder, and the stars stop. And they try about 2 more times where like it's not very instant, like, oh, let's try it again, stop, let's try it again. It's almost like you give it a moment, and it looks like they slowly start moving again, and then you hear that boom and it just stops.
This is like the problem not knowing how to read omens. This is what at least thinks to herself and shit.
What
Maybe
omen did you receive?
nothing. I don't
What
understand
do
this
you
stuff.
mean?
That's exactly. I don't understand this. Like I have no. Like I am. Like, whilst your god has like a clear. This is how it works. This is how it not works. My stuff, nature has a will of its own, and it's chaos.
What chaos happened is what I'm asking.
The stars try to move and stop moving.
Did anything else happen?
Well, it coincided with the thunder.
The thunder that got farther away?
Did it go further away or did it go closer?
It's slowly coming closer.
It's
Sounds
almost
Oh,
getting
it is
close.
getting closer.
sounds like you guys have been out and about plenty of times through storms, through night, and it sounds like a storm is coming in. If anybody would like to make a nature check, you may.
I'm somewhat good at that, actually. Let's do it.
Yeah, like I'm surprised. I'm bad at it because it's an instat for no fucking reason.
I'm good at that
I'm-
too.
Nature should be wisdom.
Yeah, it's in for some fucking reason.
Let's do
Well,
20!
Yeah, yeah.
Eighth or better.
Still
You-
lower than
Mine
mine.
was-
Yeah, you still didn't
Oh,
beat
man,
Clarence,
I-
but
I have an idea why eighth is probably so well. Because like if you've broken bones or something, you can like feel the pressure drop in your bones
Mhm.
better.
Your body
And so
aches.
like yeah.
Yeah.
You
Eighth's
can
body
see-
already aches, so maybe it gets worsened by incoming storms.
I'll help you out here, Eighth. It's a 25 now for Eighth.
so as Garbu and Elise are kind of like talking about it, trying to kind of come to a little bit of understanding as they both try to speak to the unknown, if you will, in hopes for an answer. You two just kind of sitting back, watching them, watching around as night falls. That's either this is a powerful storm or it's unnaturally moving fast.
Are we gonna die?
It's Jathler.
Jeff,
I will.
He's lightning, isn't he?
he
Yellow.
is.
No, that's
Hansu is yellow.
Hansu is
Hansu.
yellow. And
Sorry.
the last time he attacked, it wasn't lightning.
Or-
It was. It was almost like
Sorry, Jathler's the one I hate, and then there's another one who I dislike, and that's Hansu. The one who got brain controlled is what I meant.
I refer to Hansu's attack almost like an energy blast of
But
heat.
he was a yellow dragon.
He
in the
was,
past.
yes. So
I think I'm just sitting there looking at it, staring at the thing, and looking at the thunder and like all this happening around me. I'm like, I think I just look at the. I think I look the dragon directly in the eyes now, this as it dances around me, and I look at it. Are we in danger?
as it's like as the stars move again after some time, and you hear the thunder periodically, but when the thunder happens again, it stops. But there's some that continue to move, and they slowly come down, almost being like a small dragon, like as it kind of comes down. And this features more of for players like a Chinese dragon, as it kind of comes down and circles Elise. And when you ask this, it kind of like stops and look, like you could see it like look around as its whole body's slowly moving, and then it kind of like slowly looks over to Eula, who seems to be, looks like, in a slight distress.
I think we need to leave.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
no.
I think
Yeah.
whatever is coming is nothing we want to be a part of.
Something powerful and unnatural.
I mean, you're saying as well that this is not. That feels wrong.
Should we,
No.
like, how much should we leave? Like, should we get
Them. We
Mogek
get them
and
and we
Ula
get
out?
them and everyone we leave.
Which way is the storm coming from, DM, on the map?
If you want
Like,
to,
is it coming
Oh,
from the
God.
west?
if
My
you
phone just scared me.
if you want to try to listen into it, you can make a nature check.
Oh, I assumed we could see clouds on the horizon.
It's already dark, and you guys are kind of in a more heavy tree line like area. But
Actually, I do better in the dark as well.
that's true. But for
Ooh.
Clarence and Aeth, if you just want to roll a d20 for me, I will count this as towards what yours already were, and you guys can tell a lot easier.
Ready?
Ready? 1, 2,
3.
3.
Hey!
Okay.
Hey.
Well, Eighth, to be fair, can't really see which direction.
That's true. But Aeth, you feeling like this this negative energy. Wait. Isn't thunderstorms positive energy?
Whatever you wanted. I mean, if it's unnatural, it could be negative.
I think the
thought it was the meaning of
thunderstorms,
high
it
and low
depends on
pressure.
what type of storm, but I think sometimes they just have to have a different charge than whatever the charge of the Earth's crust
I'm just gonna
is.
go with negative then, because
Make it easy.
I
'Cause
do.
I think they can be positively charged as well. I think dry thunderstorms are a difference than what wet thunderstorms are as well. Like, I think there's variables that go into it.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff.
I know something about it. It tries to increase a lot of positive when it strikes. That's what I'm trying to think of. That's why I thought it was negative. But
Well,
anyways,
it's trying to equalize when it strikes. It's the difference that causes it to build up, and then it's trying to equalize when it actually hits.
okay. So if you feeling a lot of just this negative charge, almost in every direction. And Clarence, you feel like it's the same, but Aeth, for you, bless you.
Sorry.
Because the fact you're a little bit more in tune, no sight, you feel it more like it's coming in every direction, but you feel one side coming faster than the other side. And that's Clarence, you hearing all of this definitely can tell like it's coming unnaturally fast still.
Yeah,
It feels like it's coming from
we might
everywhere.
we might be fucked. It's coming from everywhere,
Can you
but it's
tell
coming. Well, it's
which
coming
side's
from
it
one
coming
direction the
fastest
fastest.
from?
Which side is it coming the fastest?
It's coming faster from the south and least from the north. So you
Do you
feel
think we should
the sides are about even. The south seems like it's closing in faster, but the north isn't closing in as fast.
To the north, I know there's the if I doubt we can outrun it to that point, but I was gonna say if we need to get like in a shelter, there's those crypts that were on the island. We could fly there in like 4 hours or something,
That was
probably.
to
But
the south of us, right?
no, that's
That's
to
the
the
south.
north. That
It's
was
right
up
here.
here.
Oh, I thought it was this one.
No,
The one
Yeah.
below us. Okay.
Oh,
because you guys
North.
sailed from there to
But I
there.
don't know if we
4
can outrun the storm to there.
4
I
hours.
don't.
I don't.
Is there anywhere
know.
closer that we could get shelter in?
Do I see anywhere close that we could shelter in?
The only thing that
Caves.
you guys could think of is probably back at the village.
We could go. I mean, we have to
Because
go back to the village
there's
to get Lucy and Mogek
there's
anyways.
you guys are just in a heavy forest. So there's just trees upon trees. There's not really any sort of mountainous or hills that might have created any sort of caves.
Should we maybe send Laurel? Oh, we have to go get him ourselves because I don't know if she can.
Well,
Just
we
go
would
track.
need to meet them at least.
I mean, I could
Yeah,
tell him
we-
through my brain, and so could Garbo.
And we
and so
could,
could
yeah. We could also just send Luro to tell them to come meet us halfway. Do you think, I turned to Elise, do you think that we should try to run for the crypt? Do you think we can outrun a storm?
I think realistically, if they feel the storm coming, it's maybe too. Like
What
they
are we
can
Ula,
feel
doing?
it
are
coming.
you, what do you think, Ula? You seem distressed by this.
She kind of like comes out a little bit of her meditative state, almost like breathing heavily and just, yes, something's not right. As it starts to rain.
Yeah, let's get back to the huts.
as
like,
drops
now.
start to come in. It starts very slow, but this is almost like if any of you ever actually watched a rainstorm approach you. It's almost like
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
It's
I think we should go back to the huts now.
She gets up and agrees. She kind of just leaves some of her stuff, picks up her staff, and kind of goes with you guys as you guys, I would say, jog or in a close run back to the village.
Let's send Laurel ahead to warn them at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way he's out of harm's way too.
Well, we have to go back west because we went east to get to the shrine, right?
Yeah, and again, it was only like 10
Yeah.
minutes. 10 to
Yeah.
15.
But it also gives them
minutes.
time to prep to have
As-
some sort of time.
As Laura starts jogging with you guys, yeah, I can do that, and just almost like an instant, he just vanished, and this is something you guys have like never really seen, but you just see where like there was an empty space where there's no water, to then very quickly get filled in with water. But it's like, oh, that's in this
Cool.
somewhat chaos that's about to happen. That was actually pretty cool. But you guys running to the village, get there, and actually, you guys, you can see it, like it's right there. But as you're going, Clarence, you get you get a phone call.
Hello?
Lucy's not here,
What do you mean she's not there? She leave?
and you can see it looks like Mogek is like looking in, like he doesn't see her, and you can start to hear this really loud roar coming from him as he's trying to call out to her with no response coming back.
Can't Lyra just find her? No,
Can't he teleport?
you can do that to go
her?
to her.
Yeah.
To her specifically.
Should I tell him that?
Yeah.
Maybe go invisible and teleport to her, and then.
Can you teleport to her?
Yeah, I can.
If it's dangerous, teleport right back or to us.
Okay. Yes. And you can see as you guys are getting closer and closer, once again, he just disappears as Ula comes and starts to heavily speak in her undercommon. As he speaks back, and she's as they're talking, Luro messages you and saying that no, he would come back almost within a few seconds. Like at the same time you guys actually arrive to him, Luro comes back breathing. She's at the place that you all were looking at. She doesn't look pretty.
Other village.
She has some green stuff around her.
Oh no. Okay, thanks. I relay that to the. Well, I mean, he just told him. What?
Yeah, he said it
I was
out loud
thinking
to
it was
all
a
of
mind
you.
master. Yeah. I was like, no.
Should we
Those were
fly
words.
there to get there quick?
I mean, I probably need to spell for something else.
Okay, I guess we run.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, yeah, I probably cannot afford to burn the spell slot on that right now.
I could probably
This is my high level magics. Like, I probably need my high level magics for that.
get a head start.
Then let's run. Mogek, can you lead the way?
And he just grunts, and Euler's like, please. She seems very distraught. But you guys, without hesitation, he books it. As big as this guy is, you can feel the ground slightly shake as he is just going. There's even like one of the huts that he just clips, and the whole thing just falls apart as he's just booking it straight there, and you guys following right after. Okay. If I can have everybody make a Constitution check. This is just where you guys are running fast to get back there. That was roughly, we'll just say around 45 minutes. And so it's, if you get there and you rolled low, you're just really out of breath.
How much breath do I have?
Stamina, baby.
No, my computer's having a fucking
There you go.
struggle moment.
Garbu, you
I wouldn't roll low.
um
I'm wearing heavy armor and have
That's
the shortest
true.
legs out of all.
Oh,
you
21, hell yeah.
you
If anyone's gonna be winded, it makes sense. For
you
it to be me.
just make it, in a sense that you are not, you're breathing heavily, but you're not going to suffer the negative effect of having pretty much a negative effect. but you don't have it.
Disadvantage or
You just
some
passed.
Exhaustion.
As you guys kind of catch up, and you can see in this rain stands Lucy as she's covered up with her hood up. But that's not what you guys are focusing on. What you're focusing on is this almost like a very neon greenish glow around her that, looking in a weird way, looks like a creature, a different type of a humanoid that almost like it swallows her. This seems to be a decently tall, almost the same height as Mogek. There's kind of like decently big claws, a tail that's kind of like out. And as he kind of like runs up to Lucy, almost like in a flash, he is sent flying to the other side, as it looks like she backhand him. And as you guys kind of slowly start to get close, you can hear, "This body isn't that bad. Takes more time to regenerate, but I can make it work." And slowly looks to you guys, and you can see more of a dragonborn. Again, you see Lucy perfectly, but in a silhouette underneath this thing, looks like a dragonborn. And just, "I really must thank you for bringing her back. Time was getting a little bit too short. And it is time. I will make this warning very nice and easy. You can die here. And that's it." And that's where we're going to end it.
Cliffhangers, man.
As we will pick back up next time on this. So, if I can, I first would like to know, after Mogek was sent flying, did you guys stay slightly together? Did you guys slightly spread apart? I pretty much want to know your starting position.
Was
I'm
there
probably a
anything to
little
hide
further
behind?
back behind everyone based on my role.
Yeah. Was there anything to hide behind?
I mean, you're in the ruined part of the village.
I'm going to hide behind something. I'm not stupid. I know how this works,
At least.
and I'm afraid of cat.
Okay. So I'm gonna put you there. Put you there. I'll put you there. Aeth, what about you? You were better than everybody in terms of, well, at least was the same, so.
I'd probably be, I want to say I'm a bit closer, I would say. Not too close to it, but I'd say of the four of us, I'd probably be closer
Okay.
to her, I guess.
I used Elise as a starting point, and each of you are about a square, maybe 2 squares away from Elise. So.
Separated out from, yeah, I'll say separated away from everyone, though.
He's gonna
Just
use
to
a
give it
weapon
spread out.
instead of next
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread out a little bit, but
in case that
Well,
wasn't obvious.
forward.
It's here. We'll just go ahead and see this, and you guys can tell me where you think you would want to be.
But it's clearly posing to fight us, right?
Yes, you will be. As when we come back,
Yeah.
we'll be rolling this. But anyways, before we do any of that, that's it, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll see what happens next time and how this turns out. But as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful night, and we'll catch you later. Bye.